I'm here with Brother Ali, the West Regional Chairman of the New Black Panther Party. Brother Ali.
We got Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz here. Black Panthers in the building. We in
Brother POLIGHT.
LA, turn it up.
Black Panthers have come to the Beverly Hills to meet these other New Covenant Nwabians, and it's quite an interesting. But you know what I like about it? It all fits into California. Even though it seems a little extreme and odd, guess what? It fits right in the neighborhoods. That's why that's why I like coming up out here. It's really,
that's right.
It's different, but it's supposed to be different out here.
That's a fact.
All right.
Let's get it in. Hey, people are ready.
All right, y'all tune in for a minute. I'll let you hold this. I guess I'm gonna sit here with.
Turn it around, Rocky.
There it is. Sit here, right.
Yes, y'all. We getting ready. We live in the house. Thank y'all for tuning in. You know me.
Backpack up here.
It's always short notice. You know how I do.
All the way west.
They don't never know our plans. We gotta get the drop.
West, baby. So
let's get it in. This is, of course, my brother. You about to see him, Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz.
Okay, come over here some more, Ali, so we can all get like
Black Lawyers for Justice in the building. It's one of these. One of these, whichever one. We just getting ourselves together, letting y'all come into the chat room.
I'm trying to keep his angle and your angle. It's gonna be hard.
Oh yeah, we Facebook Live over here. I Am Brother POLIGHT YouTube over here. Everything is live. We're mastering this technology, mobilizing the masses electronically. Tell a friend to tell another friend that we're on live. You're getting a special treat. And this is the Black unity that you have demanded for so many years. I know it looks like some of us have lost our mind, but not all of us have lost our mind. You know, you always ask for unity. We've been demonstrating this unity for quite some time.
Just put it up here. That might save you some trouble.
Oakland, California, Brother POLIGHT. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, let me put this up here. I think I should be able to just. There it is.
Yeah, cool.
Rock like that.
Yeah, let's get it in. Try to make sure we can see everything going on.
Oh yeah, we all good.
Looking good. Got our first 100 in the building and counting.
Now that's YouTube Live.
That's right.
So on your YouTube channel, it just go live. How do people know when to tune in on YouTube? How do they know when to tune in?
Well, I just put up a post on Instagram, right? And my wife is putting up the same post I put on Instagram with a notification. I put up a video, but I let them know.
Say go to YouTube?
I'm going to be there right now.
And they just what? How do they know how to get to your YouTube channel?
Just tell them we'll be on I Am Brother POLIGHT now. Right now, we'll be on I Am Brother POLIGHT YouTube. Boom. So they just got to go to YouTube, type in I Am Brother POLIGHT.
Because your network is watching on Instagram and Facebook. And where else?
So this is just going to keep climbing.
Where else?
Facebook, Instagram, my app. People subscribe to my app. So anytime I'm doing anything unique from the last minute, that'll go up. So right now, people connected to my app, they're aware of the situation that there's a new YouTube post up. So I got thousands of subscribers to the app. So right now, everybody's got an email that's connected to the I Am Brother POLIGHT app. Everybody got an email. And
all right, cool. You know what I'm doing, sisters and brothers who are on my page, I study the younger brothers because I have to know what the hell are they doing. And they teach me a lot, you know, about this social media thing. I have Facebook only, and I'm trying to get off of Facebook only. I never had an Instagram. I don't use my Twitter. Renee, my assistant, forces me to use Twitter. I just started a YouTube channel, so I got to get with the time so I don't get left behind. Anyway, before we get started, I guess I'm on his channel and mine. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we're going to be talking about what we do together here. I guess we're going to talk about these current issues And following up from Cleveland and just talking about where we're going and talk about some current events. I'm out here out west. I'm very comfortable here. I miss my hometown. When I'm here, I don't want to come back. But I said that when I was in Africa too.
That's true.
But I like the warm climates. I like a nice, smooth climate. You know what I mean? I mean, I had enough of that 98-degree humidity, 99 degrees, stifling humidity. I just like me some nice warm weather, not too humid, about 82 degrees. And anyway, that's one thing I miss about my hometown. But anyway, I'm here. We in Polite. We together. We rocking. He gonna lead the session. This is his show.
Nah, we doing this together. Actually, I want to promote. So while I'm also pushing some buttons here, I'd like you to let the people know, in essence, what is Black Lawyers for Justice? What does it mean and represent to our community? I just did an interview. I should share it with y'all too, because when you do this, you can share what's on your desktop. You can share videos and they can hear it right in their house. So you can have a whole presentation here and they can just go through it. They can access what you want them to access.
You sharing me sharing the YouTube?
Right here, I can share. Yeah, I can share to the YouTube world exactly what you see here. If I had a video right here, I can share them the video as well.
Okay.
You know, and they can hear it as you hear it. By pressing this button that says screen share, they can get access to all of this. And it'll look just like it looks right now on their screen. But my video's on this computer, actually. This is the first time I actually did this on this one because it's bigger. But that's good to know. Okay, we at 161 and counting. Doing good. What's up, baby?
You don't have a lot of space on this shit.
No problem. I just want you to catch some of the
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go on that side so I can actually catch you guys' faces.
Okay, do what you gotta do, baby.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let me look over here. Facebook Live. Good to see you guys. Good. I haven't used Facebook Live yet, so this is cool. All right, you got one up on me with that.
Oh, he's got so much other stuff. He ain't got us around those regular stuff, just regular old Facebook Live.
Yeah.
But man, we got to use the power of the technology.
That's right. Yeah.
Because and I like it because
Get that word out quick too, man.
Everybody's out here on the West Coast. Let me go over this first.
That's a fact.
Let me start naming the names. So Polite is out here. He said he's permanently out here in Los Angeles. He's up here in Beverly Hills.
That's a fact.
Tariq Nasheed is out here, right? He's
That's
from
right.
here?
Yeah, he's out here.
What's up with you and him? You cool with him? I don't know all these histories. I'm just finding
pretty
out.
cool. I mean, he gave me a great deal of support when I debated SETI. He was like, man, Polite won that debate. You know, he had his jokes. He's a funny
You ain't
brother.
had no run-ins.
Never had a run-in with him. I support him tremendously because I like what he's doing. I like his contribution. It's very unique, and we need to have a media disposition.
I'm trying to see him soon. He said some wild stuff, but I did talk to him. We were supposed to meet the other day, but the times didn't match up. But I'm hoping to meet him soon. So they say he's from here, so
yeah, he's out here somewhere. I haven't
understand.
connected with him as of yet because I work like on an energy basis. So I like seeing people when we bump into each other or somebody happens to call and say, "Hey, let's go and make
instead
this
of
happen."
just pursuing.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. But
So he's here.
I'm good.
You here? He's here. Where is Zaza Ali? Ain't she in California?
I have no idea.
Is Zaza Ali in California?
I think so.
Oh, she was in Northern California. Somebody on my Facebook page tell me, is Zaza Ali in California?
Is she?
Ain't she in California?
No, you
You wanna
can
come?
probably sit on the other side because, or right here, because I can't see you right here. Right
Well, over
We're
here.
gonna
You can sit
record that.
there. Yeah.
That's cool.
Is that better?
Yeah. Walk with us, people. We just getting the people
We
in the
just getting
building.
warmed up. We just getting warmed up before we get serious. Just giving a
Okay, Maya.
just kind of a flavor. Okay, y'all tell me, is Zaza Ali in California? I'm trying to name
Yeah.
all of the people in the movement that's in California right
And if y'all know Zaza Ali is in California, brothers and sisters in the chat, if you know, just let us know.
now. Somebody says,
Zaza Ali
no, don't
is
say
at.
it. Don't.
Damn, people.
There you go.
There you go. We'll see. Peace, brother Polite and OG Shabazz. That's what's up. Shock Raw King.
They say she's in Oakland, California. Okay, so that's another California person.
All right, cool.
Who else is it? Who else are we talking about here? Somebody I'm missing. I thought about the other day. People that's out here.
Is City out here? City's in San Bernardino?
SETI? Nah, SETI's kind of in Las Vegas now, so that's like a cousin to
Yeah, he's
California.
out here.
He lives in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's west.
He's
So
relocated.
he's not in Detroit no more.
No.
He's relocated.
He's in Las Vegas.
That's the last he told me. I spoke to him about a week and
Okay.
a half ago. So we supposed to link up and show love.
Well, through technology, the distances don't mean as much. You know what I mean? They used to mean a lot.
Brother
Where you was at.
Shabazz, very intelligent brother.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Good
All
looking,
right.
Dame Mac. Appreciate that love. We at our 200 and counting.
Okay, so she's on that over there. Okay.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
we all over right now. We killing them better than the major syndicated platforms right now. We killing them.
Teach, bro.
We killing them. We don't need them right now. We got everybody locked in. We put
Well, it
enough of this
feels
together.
good, to be honest. It feels good to be on a show that's friendly. You know what I mean? I get so tired of this goddamn Fox News and all of these hostile interviews.
Oh man.
And then you got the Negro press on one hand. On one hand, you got the hostile white press,
Teach, bro.
the white right. Then you got that left. Well, you got that other press. And they don't want to give up nothing for Black power either. They only want a certain conservative Black voice.
That's right.
Then you got Negro press. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what time it is. Then you got these kind of forms. When we on these kind of forms, but we getting down to business. What's this date? It's August the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th.
16.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you guys a, let's see. I'm gonna give you guys a,
Milwaukee in the house, New York in the house, Stephen X. Brother Stephen X. Man, good to see you in here, Stephen X. Give me a text later on, brother Stephen X. Stephen X out of Canada in the house.
I'm gonna see if I give you guys a sneak peek at my Fox 5 interview from yesterday. It should be airing today.
You can put that in there.
Yeah, I'm about to throw it over here and let them get a little peek and let them see what that is. But Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, let's get this going. Tell us about your Black Lawyers for Justice and the opportunities by way of the National Coalition for Justice and Black Power. How does those two, actually, if you could tell us about the National Coalition for Justice and Black Power, I discussed it quite often in my Fox 5 interview yesterday.
It is. I think we simply, what we're talking about here is the follow-up from the Convention of the Oppressed. We're talking about that it was not just a time where all of those greats got together and now it's something that just happened. And we're talking about making sure that that does not happen. So we calling it now, just simplified it, just a Convention of the Oppressed Coalition. Because where we met in Cleveland was so unique, it was so spiritual. Everyone today still says, they calling me saying, man, I still wish we was together in Cleveland.
That's a fact.
Whenever I go on Facebook, I keep seeing posts and pictures of what happened in Cleveland. It was a hard road getting there. It was a lot of opposition. It was FBI. It was police. It was
snipers.
It was snipers. It was a isolated location. You know what I mean? Just Cleveland kind of isolated, but there was divine in it. It was divine. The time we spent together, the relationship that we was able to further develop, and your members and our members, it all had a meaning to it. And I think all signs since then means that the future is bright. Now, for me, what it represents, and in terms of Black Lawyers for Justice, what it represents a certain stage and work in my career, which I've always been for since I was at Howard University, which is building a common front or united front to try to solve some serious problems. From Black Lawyers for Justice, we're into fighting police cases and raising awareness around police brutality and organizing around police issues. But for me, it's a little bit bigger than just the legal thing. The legal operations is part of what I do. But also, I'm in the general business of the resurrection of our people, of the upliftment of our people. And so I'm on a political mission. I call it political, but really it's an organizational mission my mission is I see the talent out here. I see the organizers. I want to get to know what y'all doing, how you doing it, why you doing it, who you doing it with. And so I've gained that relationship with you. I've gained it with young brothers and sisters like New Era, New Era Detroit, Brother Keith, New Era Chicago, Ascari and the family, all of them. What's Up African?
That's right.
They got it, it's still here. What's Up African? All of the young brothers, that's number one. All you young sisters and brothers who are under 32 and under 35 years old, what I want to really do is, man, support y'all. You know, we old line Black nationalists, and we've been doing this thing out here for years, and we trying to bridge the gap.
That's correct.
And so, you know, that's the main thing. The convention occurred, the convention was successful. Then we had resolutions, things that we resolved we was gonna do. So I get into some of that today because some of it is very important, and that's what we're on right now, follow up. So we don't just we need information, we need education, we need time to be inspired. Sometimes we don't have to do nothing but that. But right now, I think we had a historical moment where we're gonna take this thing further. You know, now me hanging out with you, let me know how, not that you wasn't serious, but you're more serious about certain things than I thought you were. I knew you're serious, but I didn't know that you was as serious as to say on the police issue.
That's a fact.
I didn't know that since you came out here to Hollywood, to go all Hollywood, that you would still,
so they say,
that you would still come to the hood and still even be willing to take heat.
That's a
You
fact.
know, because some people that want to go out here and they go get some money, all of a sudden they don't know nobody, they start moving differently, they don't want to take no controversy. And so I get that strong feeling that Polite is a real guy I can really be around, and so really don't care what nobody say no more. I'm rolling with me some Polite. I'm here with Brother Ali. Come on, Chief, for the new Black Panther Party, West Region. I'm here to try the Panther Party. Put that Panther, get right in that little screen too.
All right. Now, we got to get over here.
There it is. Just squeeze
There we
in for
go.
a second.
Here we go. Can you see it?
Just squeeze in on my screen for a second.
Okay.
I'm here with Brother Ali, one of my lifetime strongest supporters, trying to help the new Black Panther Party Los Angeles get going. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day with him. I go up to Simply Wholesome Vegetarian Restaurant. I'm gonna meet with Fela in a little while. Go up there and do an interview with her. And basically, I didn't took my rest. I'm back on the move, doing what I do, which is mainly organizing Black people.
That's right. That's right.
Mainly organizing, you know? Mainly organizing in any way I can. So let me flip it on you now. You asked me a question. What are you doing out here in California?
Let's go.
What are you doing? You a Bronx? You're a Brooklyn man, right?
That's correct. Definitely Brooklyn.
You're Brooklyn. Why aren't you in Brooklyn?
Oh man, I'm bi-coastal is what I like to say, but to preference, I like to be here because what I don't want to happen, which was happening to me at one point, I know we should express our dissenting views about the social injustices being perpetrated against our people, whilst at the same time, I was being overwhelmed because that's all I had my mind in at that particular point in time. And so it wasn't fun no more. I believe the revolution should be fun. Well, nah, it got to be bloodshed and all that. And I'm down, I hear you. But even that should be fun. You feel what I'm saying? You should be happy that you're going hard and trying to take down the system or revolt or rebel against any social injustices being done against us. So for me, I was around too many unhappy people, and I believe I was becoming one of them. And once you take the happiness and the pleasure out of the whole concept of our people being free, once we sound bitter and sour and angry every time we talking about our liberation, it gives off the wrong sentiment to people that we looking to appeal to. And so what I realized was happening to me personally, I was being compromised because of my financial disposition. I was talking the revolution, right? but I needed funding. And then when I didn't get the funding, I was angry that I wasn't getting the funding because the people, how come we don't have this? How come we don't have that? And still the onus should be on the very people. Change. Like right now, I got about 30,000 subscribers on this channel that I just started working with again. And if everybody gave $1 subscription a month, you feel what I'm saying? That's 30 racks a month. You feel me? 30 racks a month. And so that's 300 grand in every 10 months. 360 a year. You feel me? $360,000 a year if every subscriber just gave $1. But instead they say, Brother Polite, why don't you donate all your money towards that? Instead they say, Brother Polite, let's sincerely get everyone to put up $1. And let's not even take it to $5 now, because that's 150 grand a month. And that's $1.5 million every 10 months for the 30,000 people subscribing right now who get this information for free. If they all gave $5 a month, $1.25 a week, $5 million every 10 months. So I don't believe in putting the onus on the celebrity and saying, yo, please free us, because you know why? They didn't go to school for politics.
So they're saying you should go get the celebrity money and give it to black people.
Funnel it back. And I said,
you get that kind of pressure?
I get it all the time.
Up on point. Now
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's get it.
You made some important points. You said you was in Brooklyn.
That's correct.
You were frustrated.
Getting very
You
frustrated.
said the finances wasn't right.
That's right.
You just wasn't happy.
Yeah, and the finances, I would say like this, the finances were right for humble living, right? But being a revolutionary demands more than humility. In fact, you have to have a bit of ego with you to be revolutionary. You have to be willing to assert yourself as a leader, make certain demands, and meet those demands, whether the people help you meet them or not.
Go ahead.
We don't have no excuses. Okay, when we're leaders, we got to just make the job get done. So, having said that, I know I have my skill sets and I have my talents. And so I said to myself, man, if I can create a situation viable enough, if I can create a situation, there you go, situation viable enough for me to be able to reach the masses and or generate the type of revenue that I need, then I can pretty much accomplish a lot of goals. Like right now, I'm doing an event for Dr. Sabi, August 28th, right? And the number one thing that's coming up from people who don't support, particularly one guy in particular, who everything I do now, he has to be on me. This guy's whole thing is now he's selling Dr. Sabi's death. Well, let me tell y'all something that y'all don't know about.
So are they accepting? And I mean, listen, before you go further, are you getting the question by what authority do you do this for Sebi in New York?
Not too much.
Nobody's tripping.
Some people are out the loop, so they might ask that. But the general consensus is
They happy you're doing it?
people know I'm close to Sabi. I'm more than
How close were you there?
like so close. He comes to this house when he's in Cali. Whenever he's in Cali, he's here. He
Okay.
hangs out
Is this where you get your dietary
big time.
beliefs?
He cured me, and we were like, that's the oldest friend I've ever had in my life. And it's probably the oldest friend most people my age would ever have.
All right.
Right? Like he's a friend. He's such a friend. Anyone in his office can tell you that he used to call them and say, get Polite's ticket ready for Honduras. I'm paying for it. I had to turn them down at times because I was busy. But this is a man that put me back on the road teaching when I was teaching from the organization I used to be instrumental in. And they made me feel like I was trying to take my teacher's place. So I sat down and fell back. And when Dr. Sabi cured me of diabetes, and I spoke to him about me not wanting to teach because I didn't want to give people the wrong impression. He got me back up to teach, and he took me around the country to teach. He took me to Washington. He took me to Atlanta, Georgia. He took me to New York. When I came home from prison and everybody left me alone and said, we don't want to touch this guy. We don't want to deal with him. He's hot.
What year was that?
This had to be when I was about, I think, 21 or so. Okay, I got out October 31st. I was released.
How long was you in for?
They had me in there almost a year. You know what I'm saying? Before my case, I got it was less than a year for that one. And when I came home, he was the one. On like day one when I came home, he gave me a call. And he said, what you going to do? I'm here for you. I was finding myself. I didn't want to teach. I told you the community already had a teacher's role. And he took me on this wing. He said, you're too articulate.
I'll come back to that.
He said,
I'll come back to that.
Definitely.
I'm going to come back to that. Let me go on this right
no doubt. He said, you're too articulate to be sitting here ashamed of your abilities. I'm teaching in Atlanta. Come out here. Then he said, I'm teaching in Philly. Come out here. Then he said, look, I got something that.
So he took that personal interest in.
Yeah.
Is there any other?
I wouldn't be teaching if it wasn't.
Is there any other elder or person in the struggle that have taken that interest in?
The main people. I don't know how to call you an elder. You still look so young to me. So it's hard to put you in the category, though you're older than me. But I don't think you like. I don't know. Would you consider yourself an elder?
Sir.
All right, cool. I want to make sure I'm not being disrespectful, you know?
I'm not an elder.
Like, my senior. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've taken an interest in you. I support you.
Dr.
Sammy
York,
support you.
York and Dr. Savior
York supports you.
played the biggest role. He had to support me. He gave me his blessings to be with his daughter. You know, in a relationship. And when a man does that, that's as much as support you need to hit.
So let me cut to that.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me cut to that. Right. Come back to Hollywood. So
We had 300
with Dr.
plus.
York, let's come right to it.
Let's get it.
Of those who are his followers, and he has many. I mean, he has diehard
They
followers.
everywhere, man.
That man has some of the most diehard followers I've seen
Fact.
anybody.
That's a fact.
What is their position? I know it's not monolithic,
That's right.
but what do they say about you?
Well, I'll say this, there's mixed reviews. I believe right now, since you let time heal all wounds, I believe the general consensus is that, you know, I'm a good brother. They consider me still their brother, and many consider me still a Nwabian. And I embrace it. And that's what they're working with, and I'm embracing it. If they say he's not, I'm embracing that too.
That he's not a Nwabian?
Yeah, if they say Polite's not, or they say Polite is, I'm embracing either one of the two. Whoever says it, I'm embracing it. But
what makes you the Nwabian? It's the teaching, right?
It's the teaching, and it's the history. It's being there and going hard. It's me being appointed by Doc in so many different schools at a very young age. You know, that's how I met you. You know, when I used to fund his visits for you to go see him, you know, I was grinding. Mr. Payne. You know what I'm saying? And I made it happen. And never once did I say, why I gotta pay you, black man, to go see him. I never had that mentality. You feel me? Because one thing that I know.
So let's cut in that right quick.
Let's get
into that. Nwabians and money. I always notice about the Nwabians that they're always able to get them either. Them Nwabians would have them a good job, or somehow or another they would be in a position to have some money. And they supported their leadership stronger than anybody other than, the only group I can compare the supportive leadership to the Nwabians was the Nation of Islam. And the Nwabians had smaller numbers, but their support was strong.
Well, Doc taught us how to grind.
What is that? How does that come about? And is that just something for the Nwabian? Or how does that come about?
A lot of people only recognize Nwabians for some of the more controversial aspects of the information. But what they don't realize is that Dr. York was teaching a lot of business. And some people just disregarded the business information. I wasn't one of them.
He was teaching business?
Yeah, he taught us a lot about business. Well, he taught me personally a lot about business in his exact words on the phone and per my letters, which I got a book called Am I My Father's Keeper, which is a compilation of a lot of my letters. Only omitted a few things because it's very personal. I didn't want it to implicate other people. Outside of that, I have a compilation of a lot of the letters that he wrote me. As from one year to the next, he never missed a birthday of mine. Whenever I had a birthday, he always made sure I got a card. And of course, he named my children as before they were born. He named them. And so you got a strong history together. You know, I'm always going to have a great deal of love for that brother because he helped me in my journey to become who I am today. He always used to say, son, while I try to teach them about this real estate, they always talk to me about Jesus. So you know my motto, I come giving them what they want so they will learn to want what I have to give. So
I remember him teaching that.
But me, I used to be like, man, how you got all them buildings in Bushwick, block after block after block? How you got that property up there, upstate New York? How you got 476 acres of land, 404 Shady Dale Road? You know, these are my questions. So he said, well, you asked. And he started sharing a whole bunch of information. Then he also told me to connect with his older brother, Imam Obaba Oyo, and Oba. Between Oba and Dr. York, they taught me a whole lot about business and family. Pops was more like the metaphysical aspect. Oba was more like the business aspect, but sometimes they gave me the other side of the world. But that really set me on my path to have the kind of vision that I have. And that's why, I mean, he taught me everything from how to get my books out and how to make them come out more efficiently. Taught me about incorporating business into the family structure and not making it separate. You know, these are things that's going to stay with me for life. So no matter what it is that he's been accused of, be he guilty or innocent, I wasn't there. I hope that he's innocent. But, you know, I wasn't there, so I always sympathize with the people who allegedly are victims. You know, I look at the case and I can definitely tell that the government has a great deal of their hands in it. And that's an absolute fact.
Ain't no doubt about that.
It's an absolute fact. But I always show empathy for the victims, allegedly, because should he have done those things, I don't want to be insensitive. So, and people do not like my sets. I always say I wasn't there. You know, I'm impelled to want my teacher to be innocent. I'm impelled. But then I am also sensible enough to say, man, he may have done it. You feel me? Or if he did do it, the government magnified it, that's for sure. So I know that conspiracy exists.
Conspiracy exists.
It definitely exists.
And the other parts of it.
You feel me? But I just got to take a practical role with the situation. And people get mad on both sides. Some people say, condemn that man, he did it, and other people. And I say, man, you say the white man's the devil. You say he's evil, he's a liar. But the second he says, this man did something, now it's true because you and your religious feelings. So that's them. Then it's the Nwabians that say, man, you supposed to say he's definitely innocent. And I'm saying I'm a critical thinker. So the way I feel about the situation is there's enough incriminating information against them to give, or it's just plausible. There's enough incriminating information against them that can suggest to any working mind that maybe he did it. You feel what I'm saying? But there's also enough evidence that suggests that, like the lack of DNA evidence, the recantments, and of course, the amount of times they said he would have had to have sex is impossible, especially considering he has hereditary angioedema, which would tell you that it's a declination in the sex drive. So not only is he having more sex than anyone ever on the planet Earth, he's doing it while he has a disease that would stifle his ability to perform.
To keep doing it.
You see what I'm saying? And at his age. So that's why I'm on the side where I'm like, man, I would like to believe that he didn't do it. But at the end of the day, I never was in his bedroom. And that's my stance. And I take that stance. I hope he didn't. And that's the best I can give people. But what he has done for me, I cannot denounce that man because he got me out of the gangs. He got me to be more literate. He got me to read more and share more from what I found. He got me to be a better father. He got me interested in business and entrepreneurship. I can't denounce a man who has contributed to my world like that for any form of accusation, because with or without it being true, he is responsible. He is responsible for me being on that level. Okay? So that's what it is right there. So
I'm gonna say
I hope
something.
people appreciate it because people get angry, but that's just the way that's how my stance is, man. I just like to be as logical as possible.
I'm not gonna comment, so since I was formerly legally on the case.
That's a fact.
Pretty much it's confidential, and I can't just go out discussing all of the case, and I have never done that. But I want to say that it was in 1990 when the Nubian Islamic Hebrews, the Ansar Allah community, they had a building on 9th and Rhode Island in Washington, D.C., which was right near where I lived. Actually, it was earlier than 1989 in Washington, D.C., and that's where I got heavy dialogue with the Ansars, and I became familiar. He wasn't Dr. York then, he was Imam Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi. And at that time, I had met Dr. Khalid Muhammad in 88 and Minister Farrakhan. And so I used to read all the books. I mean, I just still have some of the classic ones: The Cursed Sea, The Canaan, The Pale Man,
talking classics.
Leviathan. I mean,
he was
what
going hard.
amazed me, he just, the amount of books that he put out was impressive, and the books just generally raised my consciousness. You know what I mean? Because it's always going. Back then, there was no internet, there wasn't no Twitter, there wasn't no Facebook. The book was number one, and we was looking for that book. And so, and many of the brothers there who were part of that movement at that time, I became to know Sadiq and others in that community. And then I saw the community evolve over time. It changed doctrine in like 93, 1992, 93, so forth. I think that he's a valuable, the value that he had that could have reached our community and our people it can't even hardly be explained, because he could have done a whole lot.
That's a fact.
If all of that wouldn't have happened, he could have done a whole lot. And I wish it wouldn't have happened. Like, I really wish none of that would have happened, and I wish he was here. I, like you, just in general, not specifically on that subject, but just in the general, I have a daughter. And because I'm just sensitive.
That's a fact.
I'm sensitive to anything underage, with anything, because I just see it different right now.
That's all I got.
And I don't think, you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna dwell on it too much longer.
That's right.
It's just something that we can't sweep under the rug. The African Bambaataa situation lets you know that you can't sweep it under the rug. And above all costs, I don't care who it is, me, you, anybody, the children have to be protected, because they are innocent.
That's a fact.
They are not of an age where they can take care of themselves. So they come first beyond anything.
Totally.
You know? Man, let me ask you on the subject. There's so much. I'm turning the interview around, but let me just, okay.
Thank y'all for showing up. Short notice.
Let's go to another controversial subject that we're going to talk about: Hollywood money in the movement. And I'm going to stop my interview with you.
Let's do it.
But let me ask you this.
And forgive me.
Okay, so I ain't never asked you this. You got to ask
people know this real quick. If you see my head down, that's because this is so short notice. I'm working with the sisters and them to just let people know what's going on.
Got 403 watching.
So they can get on.
I don't know how many over here, but they rolling in. I'm at 81 or something.
Yeah, so we
on Facebook.
Just letting the people know if my head's down, that's because I'm contributing.
We're all the way live in Beverly Hills, California, Los Angeles, California, my hometown. I'm with my brother, my younger brother, Brother POLIGHT. I'm with the New Black Panther Party. We're talking struggle and revolution and all that, but we're talking current events, and we letting y'all know who we are, what we do. We're giving you like an inside glimpse into our lives, because once again, all leadership titles aside, we're normal human beings. We're normal human beings with normal lives, and you can get an insight here into what makes us tick. So let me ask you this here. This is another subject, then we come to some other reasons why you're here and we go on.
Yeah, let's get it.
What is about, tell me about, I have never commented on this, but I need to know what your comment is first.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
What is your opinion on, what is your statement? You might have made a statement. I don't know. I've been out the loop for a minute.
Let's get it.
Korean games.
That's a very interesting subject matter.
Have you spoken on that? Yeah.
I haven't really spoken on it.
Korean games.
I know the word is, for many black folks, she was crazy, or she was wilding out, or that paperwork stuff that got her killed. But people just really say as much as they can say to get away from the issues, as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue is that there should be some civil unrest, because right now, like I told them on Fox, the law enforcement has publicly, unofficially and publicly, have their license to use firearms to defuse or finalize a situation or potential confrontation. They have their license revoked. as far as using firearms when it comes to the Black community. So I'm in a space right now mentally. I don't give a damn if the woman was completely out of her mind. They have driven Black people to a point of no return. So I can't trust nothing they tell me about no sister. I can't trust nothing they tell me about no brother. All I know is that when people go to the military, they come back with these disorders, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, right? So what do you suppose Black people have to endure? Seeing themselves being killed on Facebook Live, seeing themselves killed on Instagram, seeing themselves before national media. The whole world knows. You know, so you mean to tell me we don't qualify for post-traumatic stress disorder? Seeing our people be murdered, seeing them being murdered right in front of their wives, their soon-to-be wives, their children. You don't think that that's psychologically implicating us at this particular point in time? You don't think it's affecting the Black woman thinking, man, they are killing the men right in front of my face? So at this particular point in time, I don't know if somebody that appears to be losing their mind, they may just as well lost their mind because of the crisis that we're confronted with in America. I don't think she was as nutty as people say. I don't think she's a nut at all. Okay, but what I will not stand for is people vindicating the policemen because they may see what they believe to be an inconsistency and Black people doing something legal or responding to the rules of engagement when police come. That's out the window. Right now, I don't expect no Black man or woman to respond normally if they know that the presence or the threat is pretty imminent when a cop comes by. I know I have to do a lot mentally the next time I'm confronted with a policeman. You know, I haven't been confronted since I lived out here. You know, I go to New York to do a class, I'm confronted probably first 10 minutes I'm in New York, but it happens. But I don't expect our people to act normal. I don't. So what we could be seeing is a manifestation of someone responding what appears to be irrationally, but suffering from the same emotional duress that a person from Vietnam or Iraq may suffer from. You feel what I'm saying? So everything is opaque to me. Everything's very obscure to me when it comes to, I'm very sensitive to Black people being murdered under any and all circumstances because they've created a condition where we can't even qualify if the response is right or wrong at this particular time. That's how I feel about the situation. So I'm in all support for my sister and everybody else. And like the brother who just got killed and he said, well, he had a gun and he was running. Well, you know,
away.
That's right, in Milwaukee. I don't mind, he shouldn't have been killed. Because again, I think every Black man is commissioned to run now or fight or flight. But I don't think everybody is considering the fact that responding normally is the action because people have had guns. Hey, I got a gun on me, I just want you to know. Pull out your ID, gets killed. Okay, another man who has the right to sell in front of his store, he gets killed. He has the right to sell in front of another man's store. He gets killed. And he had a legal firearm.
I'm gonna say something that everybody.
What can we do?
I'm gonna say something that I agree with most everything you said on Korean Games. I have not spoken on this situation, and I just really watched all the videos. I think the sister is bold and courageous about it.
That's a
revolutionary.
I felt the same.
All of that.
She's aware of the crisis, and she was responding.
She was. My only is a serious critique is that I think that she was a great soldier, but perhaps for another battlefield.
That's right.
On the same cause. A great soldier made for the battlefield, but maybe another battlefield, because my only critique of her, and it's because I have a daughter, is that when you're getting ready to go to war, we getting ready to go to war. Put the kids, put the children to the side.
That's an absolute fact.
Protect the children, keep them to the side because they got to get up and one day make their own decisions about the how, that's my only criticism of her. When you get ready to go like that, because everybody gets to a point with the white man where they say, look, you are not going, whatever it is, I'm drawing the line with you and you're going to have to kill me or vice versa.
That's a fact.
And I just say, when you get to that point and you consciously know you're at that point, just put the children to the side and then we can move on after that. Now I want to ask you this and we can go I'll let you take back over. You said you came to Hollywood because what brought you to, how did you get into Hollywood? How did the Hollywood and the athlete thing come into you? In Brooklyn, you in the movement, you teaching a form of, you teaching your teaching, which comes out of the Nwabian movement. Before I get to Hollywood, direct question. Do you consider yourself the successor to Malachi York?
I don't touch that question.
I'm coming with the hard question. I'm coming direct, live on, what is it? I Am Polite TV. I've dropped that question.
That's a lawyer.
Are you?
He's definitely an attorney right now.
Do you consider yourself the successor to Malachi York, or are you the successor to Malachi
I'm
York?
not the successor to Malachi York. Malachi York is still alive and pushing forward to the best of his ability.
Okay.
So I would say I'm not the successor. That's what I will say. I would say I'm not the successor. I'm moving my brain and doing my best to add on to what may not be addressed immediately in the Nwabian community. I don't believe any organization could address all the issues. Hence the reason for the coalition.
But you have to admit, at least of his students, you have made the most progress.
I like to believe that.
Okay.
I definitely like
Do
to
you meet
believe
any backlash because of that?
Of course I do.
Tell me about it. I don't really know.
You want the fire in the brimstone.
No, I know. I'm imagining that it might. I imagine it must go on, but how? I mean, is it heavy turbulence? Is it light turbulence?
It's going to be heavy after this interview, but I'll tell you this: it was extremely heavy until time elapsed, and people just recognized that I'm going to be about my mission one way or the other. They got me to grimace at the idea of pushing in the manner in which I'm pushing now. But now that's not going to happen again since Dr. Savior revived me. Okay, health-wise and mentally, he revived me. And so I knew how silly that was for me to be reluctant to teach or to organize, thinking I need permission to organize from somebody. And if they're on lockdown back, then I have to stifle my growth and not do anything until somebody who's connected with someone else suggests that he may have said that it's okay for me to organize gang members. You know, gang members need to be organized, and we need to appropriate their energies better. I have enough teachings from that black man to know that he's not against that. You feel me?
So you're not the kind of person, and then therefore we come into some areas of similarity.
Yeah, they'll make you out to be a renegade for implementing things.
I was always called a renegade because I wouldn't go by the instructions of the Nation of Islam. I wouldn't. He moved. They say Shabazz. He moves out his own. He won't go by the guidance of Louis Farrakhan, which is not true. It just means that I heard what he said and I moved out.
That's right.
But I'll be called a renegade because I ain't waiting for that specific instruction.
Yeah, some things I understand totally what you do and don't do. Don't use symbols. Don't use the brand or the logos, or sometimes make it clear that these are your views and your opinions. I understand all of that. But asking permission to write a book about subject matters that haven't been addressed.
That's too much.
That's too much.
That makes people not even want to be a part of organizations.
Exactly.
They say, if I got to go through all that to be in it, I might as well dump the people out of it.
And what I oftentimes tell to my brothers from the community is the white man don't even do that. You can get a 2nd grade education from him. You can get a 10th grade education from him. You can even get a college degree. He's not on your ass for the rest of your life saying, I'm the one that taught you. So make sure you credit me because I was your 10th grade teacher. You feel me? You got to be locked in. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does that. There's only black folks that be like, you learn from him, so the rest of everything you ever teach for the rest of your life, give him credit. No, give me credit too. I took the time out to study myself. And there are things that I'm addressing
a hell of a point
that people are not addressing, or that wasn't addressing. That takes nothing from that black man. It's just to simply say he can't address all of our issues, like no one else can address all our issues. It's whatever's within your spirit, where your inclinations are at heights. That's what you should cater to, because that's your gift. It'll resonate with people because that's what you do good. Like you're an attorney. we can't expect everybody to be able to assimilate the data that you've assimilated, to rise in stature like you have, to create a Black Voice for Justice, and to be conscious revolutionary in the legal battlefield. We don't have much of that. And so we can't expect everyone to be like you either. And in fact, I can't expect no one to be like you. You feel me? So we just have to appreciate your import and the uniqueness of it, because guess what? When it was all said and done, we ain't had no Nwabians that we can hire to go into the court system. So that showed me, dang, you know what? We missing something, because the man was locked up for so much years. We could have sent a couple people to school, and then we would have wound up making a huge investment and spent less money on the lawyers and attorneys that they've been spending money on in the process. But because we're naive, because we don't, we make less than pragmatic decisions, we would like to believe spookily that things was just going to happen a certain way because we feel a certain way about the brother. And in doing so, over a decade has elapsed, and we could have sent enough people to school with all the money being spent, saved us some money for some diehard supporters who could have just went in and out the prison at leisure or at our disposal. But that's things you learn. You know, you learn as you go. So I said to myself, man, we got to change the name of the game. If the leader is locked up, we're going to have to get some legal components added to the community. You feel me? If people, for me, like in New Covenant, I say, you know what? Since the mortality rate for Black men is greatly compromised, I suggest to everybody in our community,
I can't see you guys.
I suggest to everyone in our community to do what? I don't know why that's doing that.
Check your chat on your a little pressure.
What's wrong with the chat? They acting wild.
Let's see what they're talking about. Boy, they going off.
These niggas are agents. And watch how I do this.
So they're about to get phased out. Let's look up here. They going off on this page. Let me look at my thing. My people are pretty much in line. Polite, you are the new Malcolm X, my brother, says Bruce McMahon. I'm gonna touch on that point. Brick Brothers better, good evening. Everybody's on my page pretty peace, because they know I don't go for that.
Yeah,
here.
There we go, we back on. I just gave somebody the boot. Y'all better be careful in there. I got a size 10 boot coming for your ass. They're laughing. Block Joel. If I see Joel, he out of here. Oh, Joel's starting trouble, whoever that is. Man, you people are crazy. Yeah, I never tuned into a TV show I ain't like a day in my life. I never say, oh man, that show I hate. Let me hurry up and turn the channel to it. What kind of people do craziness like that? If you don't like this TV show, find something else that's going on that you like. Why stress yourself out? Anyway, we'll move forward. These guys are like, great, the show I hate is on. I got to tune in at 8 o'clock. But that's what it is, man. I just appreciate the thought process. So in New Covenant, I say, man, since Black men are obviously dying at a faster rate than we can ever anticipate, and it's outside the context of normal circumstances, I say, man, as Black men, we got to invest in life insurance policies. Why? Because at least our children, when we get brutally slain, murdered, at least they can receive that $500,000 million inheritance. You want to kill us off early, at least our children can get a $1 million compensation for every Black man you kill. And it'll probably cost us $120 a month to pay for that kind of insurance policy. You feel me? We get a whole life insurance policy. So we last long enough, we can borrow against it and then use it for the real estate for our children. So this is just strategy. Because if every Black man had an insurance policy over his head, a life insurance policy, that they killed, they would be awarding our children $1 million each Black man. It's just strategy. And people may say, man, so this whole strategy is relying upon us being killed? No, it's not. It's just simply saying when we die, whether we get killed or we die a natural death, there's other races that are winning because they are receiving monies from both parents when their parents die, and our children don't inherit any wealth.
That reminds me, Mom's told me when I started getting heavy in the movement, she would see me on TV, she'd say, I'm taking out a life insurance. I know she took out a couple of policies on me. So I can understand. Man, now look, this is another point, right? Now look, this is what I want to say to the audience. This man here, I think he's on your page, on my page. Look, he's on my page. he said you remind him of a Malcolm X, right? You're a new Malcolm X, right? See, my deal is black people love looking backwards. They go, Martin Luther King, he can do no wrong. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, as Khalid Muhammad say, we would look at a Black History poster, he said, you got to be dead to get up there, right? My deal is this. You got it? My deal is this.
Yes, we got your all ass out of here. Congratulations.
My deal is this. The people that we admire from the past that we keep looking backwards from, who I honor greatly, all of them, Huey P. Newton, Malcolm, Johnny Cochran, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, every one of them. But I'm saying also, you can't denigrate yourself in this hour.
That's
in this hour, we're doing the same work that they did in their time.
That's a
you know what I mean? And I don't have no problem saying that. I'm doing the same work Malcolm did in his time, and the same work others did, only he didn't get a chance to really take his further. He died, he was assassinated at 39 years old. Dr. King assassinated at 39 years old.
That's right.
And then I'm up in this struggle here over 25 years in terms of constant organizing and being on the front lines. And so
big time.
Some people will take issue with you. They'll take issue with me. They will say we are arrogant or we're this or that. But in this time,
you cannot.
And you can't be shy. And you can't be looking back talking about what somebody else did and not recognize the contribution that you can make right now and really not negate who you are right now.
Right. Let me show these.
Boy, they called me up at this restaurant. I think I done messed up.
Let me show the family.
Fela.
Let me show the family some of this interview.
Fela. Man, I'm in the middle of this interview with Polite. We're going to end in about 15 minutes or so, and I'm coming there. Can you hang in there with me?
Hold on, family.
I'm on the west side. I'm going to hop on the
405.
I'm going to hop on the 405 freeway. I'll be up there. I'll be in the door by 5 o'clock. What's your site? Let me announce it. I'm on Polite's YouTube. I am Polite.
I am Brother Polite.
I am Brother Polite. What is your channel? So I can tell them.
Yeah. Come right now, family. I'm gonna show you something real dope.
What is your radio? What is your? We going video or we going radio? Oh, she's off.
Okay, cool.
All right, we back.
I wanted to show something that goes along with what you was talking about. Let's go right here, and we're gonna enter into the screen, showing you how this works. Okay, so we should be on the screen mode. Press 9 if you see my whole desktop. Don't worry, I ain't got no new pics up in here. That's the other computer. Press 9. Yeah, press 9. You know that's they see your desktop. They already screenshot and everything. Right? We're gonna blow it up and see what he got on that table. Y'all caught me once. Now they stop. All right, so we're going to go to this right here. All right, they press 9. So that's how I just make sure that they seeing everything.
All right, so I guess you gonna ask the question.
This.
I done mine.
Oh yeah, I got you.
But
this goes right to what you were saying. So I wanted to give the people an idea of. Yes, I can.
All right. Hey, Nicole, we're good to go? Is it rolling?
I want y'all to take a look at this.
Okay. All right. So, Brother Polite, second night we seen violence erupt and riots in Milwaukee.
What was this,
Speak
yesterday?
to me about what the new Black Panther Party, they're
like this, because you was talking about being called arrogant and things of that nature, and this is very important. I want people to see that while we doing interviews, there's people constantly trying to see if we can commit ourselves to saying,
let me see if I can get
kill police or something, right?
Kill white people.
Yeah, they're constantly trying to catch us out there a certain way. So when you constantly got to deal with people trying to trip you up in conversation, interview after interview, then your own people trolling you, eventually it creates a situation around yourself where either you're going to become introverted or you're going to boss up more. And you're going to put some real esteem behind the words you say. Confident, good or bad, because this whole thing is designed to tear you down. You don't know who's an agent, and you don't know who by profession is just designed to make you say something to incriminate yourself. So you have to come out confident or don't come out at all. So that's why I was agreeing with him. So here's a clip from my Fox 5 interview yesterday. I was taping, they didn't know, because I know Fox is a beast. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure I got my situation straight, just in case they get me. But shout out to the sister that did the interview with me, because
and where they play a role right now in this
she's
movement.
dope. I like her. Oh, the new Black Panther Party.
We back. Y'all work with us.
Yes, I can.
We up here in Beverly Hills, California. We having this. We are mutually interviewing each other.
All right. Hey, Nicole.
Check this
We're good to
out.
go? Is it rolling? Okay. All right. So, Brother Polite, you know,
That's why Tim Walker said
second
it.
night we see violence erupt and riots in Milwaukee. Speak to me about what the new Black Panther Party, you know, their response and where they play a role right now in this movement.
Black Panther Party plays an extremely pivotal role in the response to what's taking place, and what they've done under the guidance of a great mentor, attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, is to show our people how to respond to these scenarios, to what's taking place. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, all right. So, Brother Polite, you know, second night we see violence erupt and riots in Milwaukee. Speak to me about what the new Black Panther Party, you know, their response and where they play a role right now in this movement.
Oh, the new Black Panther Party plays an extremely pivotal role in the response to what's taking place, and what they've done under the guidance of a great mentor, attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, who represents Black Lawyers for Justice. I work with him to create the National Coalition for Justice and Black Power, which is an expression of all our grievances and our dissenting views about the racial animus that has been projected and forcibly imposed on our people. So we've organized various different organizations that have similar intentions as far as rectifying the matter.
And are you guys involved? Do you have members right now who are involved in these riots? You know, what are you seeing right now? And your overall response to, you know, Milwaukee coming out on the heels of what we've seen in Baton Rouge and just violence throughout the country, a Black man being shot by an officer?
Well, I would say everybody plays a role. Whether they intend to or they don't intend to play a role, you are going to be part of the situation nonetheless, especially as far as race is concerned. The role that we play is to diffuse the momentum of racial prejudice by mobilizing the people at the climax of this oppression. So our job is to organize the people so they don't respond dysfunctionally. That's our job. So that's how we participate.
We back now,
And can you speak specifically to what's playing out right now in Milwaukee? What are you guys seeing and what stance are you taking? What's the message right now? Is it disheartening to hear about another situation like this?
That's a fact. Well, what I don't like is the fact that we're putting more focus on that was recently murdered is guilty in light of the fact that he was armed. What we're seeing in this situation attests to a greater problem that we're having in this country, which is to say people simply don't riot because a Black man has been shot. This is a culmination of events. This is a response to a problem that we've been having in America since time immemorial. So where the focal point is in the fact that our people, again, we have to organize. That is to say, we have to get specific instruction from leaders in our community, namely myself, attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz of Black Lawyers for Justice, and all the other leaders of the groups that make up the National Coalition for Justice and Black Power. Our goal is to show our people how to respond to these scenarios, one of which being get more involved, this is long-term, get more involved in municipal elections. Let's make sure that the ratio amongst the people that are of our race doesn't contrast immensely as far as law enforcement is concerned, or any other people that hold policy or enforce policy. We need to get more of our people in office, which takes for us to get involved in the local elections, so we don't see such a disparity, which I believe plays a significant role in the police brutality. So I do not want the police to be vindicated at this particular moment, because they may have caught a man that was actually armed. The people are in an uproar, not simply because this man has been murdered, but they are in an uproar because too many Black people have been murdered. Therefore, the police have lost their license, arms, to remedy issues in the community, even if their life is at risk. Unfortunately, that's where we've arrived. They have their public license to use arms to diffuse potentially violent situations against themselves revoked, because they don't reflect the race of your community. Coming in to police the people and believe that the people won't be a bit evasive. Okay, when people don't look like you, it's clear that it'd be hard
against Black people.
I agree.
Okay, speak to that.
Violently being aggressed, and the police went with a situation where a man was such circumstance. I believe that the police felt that in light of the fact that this man
In a situation like this, what's the message?
Let's just try to get y'all one more statement. It's policy, because no matter how much Black people get put into office, if the policy isn't good, the Black people will be no better.
When you say defend yourselves, now there have been reports, and I want to clear it up, that defense means, in some instances, allowing violence. Is that what the coalition is standing for, or how do people defend themselves in a situation like this? What's the message?
It's kind of, that question is kind of rhetorical. You defend yourself by any means necessary. If a man's life is at stake and the person threatening to take his life is wrong, you must defend yourself to the best of your ability. If we have to be confronted with such circumstances, I believe that the police felt that in light of the fact that this man in Milwaukee had a gun, it was incumbent that they take him down before he takes them down, because they felt he wasn't responding to the rules of engagement when the law enforcement comes and they are confronted with a situation where a man has a gun. Well, I think in the same scenario, if a Black man feels like he's violently being aggressed and the police are absolutely wrong, considering the history of America, it is his right, his family, his peers, and his community's right to defend themselves to the best of their ability. We are not talking about initiating a war against the people. We're talking about defending ourselves against the people who are initiating war against us.
And a leading figure with the new Black Panther Party is quoted saying that right now, after what's played out in the national stage, there is a war against Black people.
I agree.
That
there's definitely a war against Black people when we make up the bulk of the prison population, where 9 out of 10 of us say that we are guilty. I don't believe if you pick 9 out of 10 people walking randomly in the streets, and this is the Department of Commerce statistics, 9 out of 10 people walking in the streets going to say that they are guilty for a crime they are accused of. I doubt that. UCLA just did some research out of Milwaukee, where they realized that Black children in high schools are being suspended almost 2 times the national rate. Okay, so in Milwaukee in general, we know that they're dealing with a crisis. We know that they're dealing with racial animus. We know that they're dealing with racial profiling. We know this. They know this. The media may not project it until someone's murdered. And now we may attempt to vindicate the police by saying, well, hey, this man was armed. But the Milwaukee residents know that there's been a war waged against Black people that has silently been going on, like it's been going on throughout the whole nation. So with that in mind, there's a war against us through education. There's a war against us as far as the medical institutions are concerned, with the prolapse of women's uterus, with the medications that's causing us that has to be recalled off the shelves, with the vaccines that have formaldehyde and mercury, the second most poisonous thing on the planet Earth, dead baby fetuses in it. We know that there's a war against us. This is no different from the Tuskegee experiments that took place, where they injected syphilis into our people. They're still doing the same thing today. So this war is just not exclusively police brutality. This is a war against Black people via education and other social, educational, and political circumstances. And we have to respond. And this is an issue that Donald Trump may not be able to respond to, nor Hillary Clinton will be able to respond to. I support any effort that they try to put forth to remedy the problem, but this is an issue that the Black community is going to have to respond to whenever. Yeah, so y'all will see that interview sometime tonight. You know, I just want to chime in on, let's see, do we got y'all, can y'all see us again? Let's see.
And man,
Yeah,
we
there we go.
They're gonna give me this.
Let's sign.
I'm gonna hit a couple points, and then I gotta go to. I gotta go up here to. You still on?
Yeah, we should still be on.
We're still on. I gotta go to Simply Wholesome Restaurant. So I can.
Real quick, press 9.
Favor.
Press 9 if you see us back on. If you can see our faces, press 9.
We on.
Okay, great.
Well, you got the last couple questions, and me and you'll pick it up.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right.
So, you know, one of the main people that I corresponded with before I did my interview, I should say the first person that I contacted was you, because he's the boss of this. He's on TV constantly being heckled and attempts to trick him, subject to video edits. You know, I see him do it quite often. So now that I've been on this media tour, so to speak, and I've been in front of C-SPAN, CNN, and Fox 5, I said, man, I'm not going to be ignorant. I'm going to call this Black man before I do an interview and ask him if he has any suggestions for my approach.
You do good. You do good. And then it's just different interviews. Some white people will let you talk. Like that white woman.
That was a sister, that one.
Oh, that was? Okay.
Yeah, sister.
Okay, others. That was Fox, Los Angeles?
Fox 29. I couldn't make it. I wasn't in New York.
Fox 29, that was New York.
That was
Whatever it was, she let you talk.
That's right.
I like formats, to be honest, where people let you answer the question. That's the most favorable format. Other times, Megan Kelly and others, it's a battle. It's low blows.
Megan got it in for you. How that happened? That's my question. What do you and Megan got going on that Megan don't like to let you talk?
That's the Fox News policy.
Michelle Michael.
Fox News policy. You go to Sean Hannity, you go to all of them shows. That's their policy. They'll let you on,
they hit you
but
like
then they
6
here
questions
to attack you when you're on, and then if you get into a legitimate subject matter, they try to start hitting you with what I call low blows, or if it's a boxing match, it's called holding in the corner when you get to hit them.
1 minute is about police brutality, you body in the answer, and then all of a sudden, why you say the word cracker?
Yeah, because
and you like, yo, miss, you are
yeah. Well, that's how. Well, and so really the best forms. I used to do all that stuff, and a lot of that stuff I rejected. The best forms are the forms when you're allowed to answer the question. Like you was able to go on, she was letting you elaborate and go on and on. She had a script, but you handled that thing. And so I'm really not all into that, is what I'm saying. All that Fox News, I do that stuff if I'm having a convention, I'm trying to push up, but a lot of times, man, my assistants will tell you, I refuse to answer those calls, because when they come with that script, now, you know, when they come with that information, me, New Black Panther Party, a lot of that stuff we ignore. But we happy, man. You should do it. You should speak out. You're getting a broader range of experience, so you should continue to speak out, man.
What's your strategy when you find that you're in an interview where they are obviously finish your points before they actually
make sure you score as many points as you can? That's all you can do, is score as many points as you can and get in the statements that you want. As I was talking about Colin Muhammad, regardless to what they say. I know they calling me up here, but he's gonna have to wait if he wants some legal help. Just get the point. If you're in a hostile interview, make sure you get the points you get in about police brutality and Black oppression and those phrases that ultimately will come out. You know, because even though that back and forth between Megan Kelly went on, at the end of the day, they were saying, at the end of the day, most people saying she refused to answer Black Lives Matter.
That's real. She was looking bad out there.
And I was able to get in on reparations and white policies being evil, all of that sticks. It's a boxing match. You have to score as many points as you can in the match. That's all you can do.
One of my favorite.
But the best thing in the world is these interviews where people can really hear you.
That's right.
And get an interaction with you. I want to go on what's his name show. Tariq Nasheed's show. I want to say this on POLIGHT. I want to go on. I want to say this on my Facebook too.
You're gonna find your ass.
Where's Tariq Nasheed? I want to go on to Tariq Nasheed's show all the way live.
That's right.
You know, and these other black forums and venues, because that's what the people are into when they're into these black shows like Tariq Nasheed's show or Breakfast Club or whatever. That's why I would rather go on that really than go on Sean Hannity and these hostile interviews.
One of my favorite interviews you did on national television. It was old. You was breaking down masonry and how the Masons built the White House. And you did that live on TV.
Yeah.
So when you did that, I said, man, that's how I got it. Man, you was dropping the science and the history. And I've never seen that during like an interview. And I think that was a Fox 5 interview too.
Yeah.
But when you did that, you did a lot for me. Because I said, man, this brother, he just made the world know we ain't tripping. When we on the streets peddling this information, he just gave us a huge opportunity. So when I got on the Breakfast Club, that was like my motivation. Like, I'm going to make sure I give the people what they've been asking for on a major
Y'all went in there live.
platform.
Y'all went in there
I
live.
pre-recorded and then it was put up live, but they didn't edit me out. They did a phenomenal job. They treated me great and it gave me a lot of respect. Here's another question that I definitely have to ask.
Gotta be the last question. Unfortunately,
Look at him. We're gonna have to hold him.
I gotta go to the other side. We'll be back. Hey, we out here. Out here, man.
That's right.
Out here. Teach.
Where's that green juice at? Can I get that?
Yes. Out here.
Would y'all like any juice before you have that? Good. Would you like any juice?
Yeah.
Kale apple ginger. We gotta give you that for you leave.
We'll take
Hospitality.
that.
Then give it to you. So we'll squeeze 2 in.
Let me hit one question, then we're gonna run on the road. So
All right, let me get this question in. Here's the ultimate question. The number one question that I see is recurring. This is what the people always want to know, brother. How are you, an attorney that clearly represents Black power, and you are very unapologetic? We ask for these type of situations, right? We say, man, ain't none of these attorneys really looking out for the people.
Then when you do it, they say you gotta be an agent.
There you go. Now you got it. So you've heard it. I gotta do
Ask
that.
the question. Ask the question. Ask it directly.
How the hell have you not been disbarred? How the hell can you come out here and be so unapologetic about your appreciation for your people? Don't we ask for this now? We've asked for this, right? And we look at Maddox and we say, man, when is he going to get the Maddox situation or the scenario? How is it that you have been able to accomplish, maintain, or sustain both roles in those two perspective communities, the legal community and the Black power community?
Okay, that's
How
a
do
good
you run them
question.
concurrent?
I say, to be honest, it sounds simple, right? But it's like faith. All right, faith, and I believe, and I'm willing to suffer the consequences. And many times, if you're willing to suffer the consequences of something, many times you'll survive if you go in with no fear. I think it's somewhere in the scripture where Yeshua or Jesus say, he who seeks to save his life will lose his life. And he who gives his life will have life everlasting, to paraphrase those words.
Yeah, that's deep.
Brother, it was just last week when one of the most powerful Jewish men in the legal profession went after me directly, Alan Dershowitz.
Wow.
He went in the newspapers. He put this out in the New York Times. He said that this man should be identified as an attorney. He showed what bar I was at, where I was licensed at. He went into my record, part of my record there, and basically he said directly in the article that this man should be stripped of his law license. The first one, white people right in there all the time. They try to attack all the time. Like I've ain't been attacked. I've had them send in copies of websites, even way back, New Black Panther Party, where he says here, he's dangerous in the courtroom, and this is charged so-and-so, so-and-so, demeaning to the legal profession. But what happened when I answered that so many times and won that, where I'm at, they started saying, well, this man is being picked on for First Amendment reasons. One thing about the legal profession, yeah, I mean, they'll try to get you, but there's certain things they are adamant to uphold, which is the right to free speech. I can't say that I wouldn't meet that fate, but I can't say that I'm going to start retreating because I might meet that fate. It's a risk out here to do what I do. It's a risk. It's constant threats on me to either take what I have, take what I've done. Worse than law license, there's threats out here to kill me. Threats out here to put me on the anti-terrorist list in Cleveland, FBI everywhere, and all of that. Brother, I'm only successful at doing it because I'm willing to do it.
I believe
that's just it. I'm only successful, and I'm willing to take the consequences. And I believe I do it in a way, well, some would say it's reckless, because they say that standing up to the white man is reckless.
Yeah, they say that too.
But I'm not a dummy, man. I'm made for this job, man, and I'm willing to put it all on the line. I'm willing to put it all on the line.
And that's where you and I are very similar as well, because me being a celebrity mentor, as well as dealing with the conscious community. You know, people say, man, 1 minute you turned up in Cleveland, Ohio, and you going against the white man. The next minute, Polite, you taking these pics and doing business with these white folks. How are you doing that? And I say, man,
don't the Jesus say, or the Yeshua say in the scripture, I must be many things to all people in order to save some. You know what I mean? You got to roll. You got to
see. You might have converted me if you was. I don't be hearing the Hebrews shouting out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? He got me listening to
save some, man. We're supposed to be doing this. That's what Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, that at the end of the day, you would have the white man wrapped around your little finger while teaching that the white man is the devil and all that. Elijah Muhammad was teaching the white man is the devil. And at the same time, he had the white mayor of Chicago, Mayor Daley, giving him awards because he had cleaned up the south side of Chicago. Brother, you're doing what the God nature in you tells you to do. You're handling your business. You're a civilized man. That means you can go amongst any people and handle your business. And then when you get ready to put your foot in their ass, you'll do it. That makes you awesome. I do some of the same stuff, brother. I will be out here kicking this white man's ass. I will almost be what they say starting a riot, and I start a riot, and I will step right into that courtroom the next day and meet Judge Sullivan, Judge Yost. All good morning, Your Honor. How you doing? I'm a professional.
That's right. That's right.
But white people respect me. I like this. White people, they be getting mad, but they be as many people that hate, they send their letters saying they admire, they respect, because they like black people that would do the same things that they would do if they were in our position. We're men to many of them. To many of them, we're men and we're respectable. And a lot of black people got issues with us because they say, well, damn, if it was me, I would start punking. If it was polite and I got with an entertainer and an athlete, I wouldn't do nothing black. I would get some money. You got here from black. That's right. You got here from consciousness. That's right. You were brought here and got your edge in because there are many people out here in this world of Hollywood, but they've lost themselves.
That's a fact.
And so a divine order put you in here.
I agree with you, man.
And so
man, he turned it up.
And so that's just how, man, I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way. The things I do, the risk I go through, the persecution from the enemy, that's what makes me me. But nevertheless, it's not all that I'm into. Ultimately, I'm into just what you're into, man. I'm into seeing this man live better.
That's right.
I'm into seeing the next young brother come up. I'm into what we call the transformation of human life, you know. And once you get touched, like you've been touched, right? I've been touched. Once I'm touched on this mission, I'm going to carry it out regardless to whom or what, you know. And I'm not embarrassed to say that I have survival skills. Anybody with an opposite enemy in nature, every animal got an opposite in nature, and he's got some kind of defense mechanism. I have certain defense mechanisms against the white man. When he gets to doing all that, I have a certain pattern and mode from divine that I go in that protect me from that. So I knock him back some, I take 5, then for a minute he don't see me. Then I come up on him somewhere else. You know, and I'm not out here every day, every second.
That's right.
Every second trying to prove a point and show, because then this white man is nothing to play with. This white man will take you out of here. He's nothing to play with. When I'm going through that stuff in Cleveland or what we went through, it's not like I brought it on, but I'm not running from it. I accept it. But then the next day, and once I finish all that Megyn Kelly stuff, then the next day I'm not looking for more.
That's right. That's what I was talking about.
I ain't coming back in looking for more, looking to call. I'm not built on no media, trying to get attention from white folks. They call me, where you at? Where I said, I don't want to talk to none of them. Don't call me, leave me alone. I'm going to pray, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to see my daughter. Don't talk to me about anything. Don't even talk to me about organizing black for a minute.
That's right. That's
let
right.
me just talk to God for a minute. And let me deal with myself. And you know what I find out? When I get to that time when I meditate and I go off the scene, here I am now. Now I'm looking for you. I'm going up here to Sickly Host. I'm looking for some other black people.
That's what it is, man. That's
because I'm here to do this work. Brother, man, I respect you highly. It ain't the first time.
You're awesome, man.
You're awesome, man. Much love to you. I mean that, right?
Yes. Let me see that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we up here, we have big drinks. We the real. What they call it, drink champs. What's that show called? Drink champs? Drink champs. Now, what's the one with Noriega with all the It's drink champs.
Drink champs. Okay.
You ain't seen that?
I know we mad tall.
You know drink champs. You know the show drink champs, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
We the real drink champs.
There we go. Now
we the real drink champs up in here.
Crush that green right there.
We the real drink champs.
Part of the revolutionary diet. And do the blood. That ginger hit it like soda.
Look, we started off in a debate. We started off the debate, but it wasn't really a debate. We loved each other before that. We did that for the, it was like Ali Frazier for the cameras.
Let me tell you how crazy it is though. I be in Beverly Hills with the homies looking like this, with me looking like this, all black everything. And you know they be scared as a motherfucker. But at this point, I never hid from who I am and what I do. So in my community, people be on it like this. I be having white folks doing this. Like, yo, we love what you do.
You out here, man. California is made, look, you're made for Hollywood.
They see me on TV. They know how it is. I wear 2 hats and maybe even more than that, but everybody knows. I'm going to always be into my activism, and I just leverage my relationships with celebrities because if they got millions of followers, shout out to my homie Game. By the way, we doing some big things with each other. That's my brother. You know, we're going to get it going. You know, get it going. But my goal is to influence the influentials. That brother got 6.7 million people following him.
Game does.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do? If that brother says something positive, it's a walk in the right direction, coupled with somebody else, like Mayweather with 10+ million people, what do you expect us to do? I'm just
got the right mindset.
Talking to them.
You got the right mindset. I'm not a hater, I'm a fan.
You already know.
Black power, I'm a big fan. Love y'all.
Yeah.
We'll move on. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. I gotta go up to Uptown.
See, we used to be right in the basement somewhere with these meetings. Now we in Beverly Hills. We gotta put some money behind this revolution. We gotta fund this revolution.
I'm gonna get right back to you on this app.
Put your house
Man,
back like
please
you had.
do. Please do.
I'm gonna get right back to you on McDonald's.
And support these books right here. You know, I do a lot of ghostwriting, a lot of just writing in general. This is Brother Meta's books right here. This is so we can drive in the ideas of good fatherhood, what it means to be a good father. So these are bedtime stories that reinforce great positions in fatherhood.
We'll find some.
So let me cut this stream off. But I thank y'all for showing up, man. We did the 500+, which was good on short notice. I wish we could have promoted to you earlier. This was very, very spontaneous, people. Understand that?
Man, we out here in the West Coast having a good time. I mean, the bottom line to it don't mean it's not humid here. It's very nice. It's very nice. And let you do your work and put you in the right mood.
That's what we're talking about.
Got to get in the right. I understood what you said about the mood and the spirit.
You know what I mean?
We with you. We'll be back with you.
So
Make
much,
sure
y'all.
You gotta do this number 2.
I always get a chance to be with the legends. What's up? I'm taking the
Come on.
No. I was going to go. I thought you were done.
Oh, no, you good, my brother.
Click on. Thank you so much for taking care of me.
Man, I appreciate you guys so much.
We look out for you.
Can you get my wife another card? You got another one?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, give my wife one of those cards. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just vibe with y'all a little longer before we get out of here.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace, my brother.
Black power, brother. Peace.
You already know, Black Power, salute. Thanks for
Black
coming
power,
through.
brother, man. I was glad to be here so that people can be conscious and
Man, that's what it is.
people.
That's
It's a
all it
balance,
is. That's
man.
all it
It's a
ever
balance.
was.
People don't want to roll with that.
That's right, man. You get my number from the good attorney, brother.
Yes, sir.
You out here or up top?
I'm in Sausage. I'm in the hood. I'm out
Southern Cali, though.
I'm in Southern California.
Yeah, man, so we good money, man.
Exactly. I'm from Chicago, bro. So little New York.
Okay, so you already know. We know what it is.
already know.
I can tell by your swag, man. I'm definitely gonna give you a call. In fact, I got an amazing event the 25th to network some people with some powerful
We'll
people.
go shoot it, put it, look.
I would appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I'll be the only one bringing the homies, huh? Take a picture by the pool. I got the people on the stream, but you got some pics, right? While we were talking to go. You got no pics?
You have still.
Ah, baby. Wow, my baby ain't take no pictures. I want to go down, but I ain't want to leave the community either.
You have your cameras off again.
My camera's off. I don't know why it's doing that.
Right here.
Tricky. I don't know why it's
I
doing
look
that.
here.
This internet is acting funny. I got the best internet money could buy.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, people, we're here. Yeah, I'm just getting some of these jerks out of here. Sorry, y'all, for leaving those people in there. But they're gone. So now I'm going to do the stream a little longer, just so we didn't kick them out at the end. We just started. Yeah. I'm going to answer the question about the 25th, y'all. What's that? Yeah, that's good. We know we're still on. Yeah, we definitely know we're still on. They definitely lurking. Thank you, Miss Coconut. Thank you for the great comments about my wives.
I think Miss Copeland said she's gonna be the next POLIGHT.
Yeah, definitely, man. We're gonna have a good time. I want y'all to hold tight real quick. I'm experiencing some kind of technical difficulty. Why? I don't know. This has been going on with YouTube. It's not just me, because I saw the same thing happen to Sarnetta's stream. So there you go. It's back on. So we good. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna do this for like another 10 minutes or so, and then be through. I think it was a pretty good conversation. Very good. Okay, so let me get into this. I'm gonna give you a call in 10 minutes. That's my publicist family. All right, I'm getting the reviews. The reviews say that it was a great show. That's so cool. So we here, family. About to close out. Thank y'all so much. Oh yeah. We got another boot that someone fit. Yeah, you fit the boot. Got just your size. Yeah, I took some people out of here. And okay, so we back here. Thank you so much. I gotta start, you're right. I need to get a moderator. Yes, you can use the tickets for the debate for Dr. Sabi event, or you can have them reserved for the debate in fall. It's up to you, whichever way you choose to do it. Either way, you're good money. So sad, so sad. People are saying, hey, you know, Tommy wasn't going to do the debate. You got to stop that. I guarantee you don't see Tommy doing no video saying POLIGHT is lying, because I did speak with Tommy, and we were planning to do the debate for the 28th. You know, POLIGHT just has a very interesting mind, man. I know how to market. Now, his drama with Sarnetta is very, very true. That's real drama. There ain't no drama realer than him and Sonetta. When I'm doing debates, I gotta behave professionally on the business end. So I don't get involved with that kind of energy, because I have to make sure people are comfortable going forward in what we are talking about doing for the event. So though I debate, I reserve a lot of that energy for the actual day of, because I have to respond a certain way, since I'm also a promoter in addition to being a debater. So that's what you gotta do. You see these 3 dots on the side, you click that, and then you're able to block people. And as far as him wanting people to pay for his trip, wonderful world of Tommy. I'm not knocking him. He could do what he does on his time. Yeah, so I think I'm really feeling the family. Yep, and like Brother King Simon said, we only have time for growth. Very, very true. Mm-hmm. Very, very true. King Simon has also been very instrumental in my come up. He's one of the first people I was dealing with in this community as well. Very, very inspiring brother. Mm-hmm. And no matter how far I go, I'm always going to be in debt to that brother for his contributions to my brand and for the insight he's given me. I used to teach out there in Marcus Garvey Center, right in Brooklyn. And he would come to me after class and say, man, brother, you know, gotta lighten up with some of the cursing. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to keep this motherfucker real. You feel me? I ain't dressing all black for no reason, my nigga. Like, this is the energy of Young Polite. And man, King Simon talking to me. You know, Simon's short, so even though he's older, he's so short that I'm like, man, he's younger than me. Fuck that. So Simon, that's my man. But he, you know, I'm taking advice. I'm so tall, he's so short. It's hard taking advice when you're looking downward. You feel me? Yes, but yeah. He was right. And I changed my ways. You know, I changed. But it was a growing process. And I told him one day, brother, bear with me, I'm growing. And he said, man, I'm gonna support you. Thank you, Asa Jones. She said, Polite, your wives are so beautiful. I love Amanette, she's a goddess. I love her too. That makes both of us.
Thanks, sis.
Yeah, somebody else said that one. I gotta pick up their name. Cool. But thank y'all so much. The cola, I just shouted you out, the cola. Shout out to the cola. Show so much love. Simon said, what he do? Shout out to my baby, Victoria. So dope. That girl, man, she's so amazing. I can't wait till you hear Vicky do her thing. So dope. She came back to us yesterday from New York City. Oh yes, this girl, she got a voice on her. I can't wait till you hear her. I got some powerful projects coming up where you're gonna hear her, and she's getting a cheat code because she's dealing with Brother Polite, so she's already in the industry early. Because I got some people just doing me some favors in the industry that I mentor, that I manage, that I educate. So that's real good. So definitely lots of love to Victoria. She's true. She embodies the word goddess. When you hear her sing, she's just whole next level. Her whole package, her physical presentation, like she got everything saying yes. Everybody gonna say yes. She can't lose. And I shouted you out, Dakota. What you talking about? And I just want to thank everybody for showing up to the stream. It was a very, very good stream. What do you guys think about the Fox 5 interview from what you've seen so far? What did you see? Were you pleased? What's your thoughts on what you've seen from the Fox 5 interview? Let me know what you guys are thinking. With Brother Tariq, now that it's been brought up, I'm gonna reach out to the brother, or I'm gonna find him. And definitely, I gotta show love to Foxy Brown. That's a very important text right there. Let me tell y'all don't know, I was engaged to Foxy Brown. A lot of y'all don't know that. Brown skin boo. And it also happened to be one of my favorite female rappers. Maybe move back just a little. I get the light. I don't know. I don't know if that's making much of a difference. But yeah, that was also one of my favorite female rappers. So shout outs to Fox Boogie. She was also my first celebrity that I mentored. Yep, Foxy reminded me yesterday. She said, you don't mention me enough, nigga. She was straight Brooklyn at me. She was digging into my chest the other day. I said, yo, man, where's my birthday shout out? What's up? She said, yeah, you ain't even mention me. And you've been coming up, you don't say my name never. What you talking about? I like, damn, girl, it's because you was wilding on me years ago. But anyway, that is my home girl. That's my love. That's my boo right there. We always gonna be probably fighting. That's probably the best thing to say. We're going to be fighting, right? And I think she's mad at me right now. At me. So that's just our relationship. That's how we are with each other. She's always angry with Polite. And most of the time, I don't know what the heck she's mad about. But she's probably going to be mad if I say that. So let me move forward. The point of the matter is, I got to give her a great deal of gratitude and love because she actually was my first celebrity that I started mentoring. And she reached out. And she reads a whole lot. She was loving my Desecration of the Womb book. That's a fact. She loves that book. I remember. In fact, King Simon went to school with Foxy Brown, if my memory serves me correct. And so it's a Brooklyn connection. It's a very much so Brooklyn connection. And I just thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm looking forward to the Fox News interview. I think it's going to come out tomorrow. You know, that's what the sister tells me from the newsroom that plugged me into that particular scenario. That was a very good interview. I can't wait to show a few clips from it. Thank you, family. David Duncan, he said the Fox 5 interview was good, getting the message out there. Thank you so much for that. This is amazing. Like one day you grinding and you just feel like, man, is this going anywhere? And then the next day, because you stay consistent, you get all sorts of calls to do different types of interviews and have different types of conversations. And I think it's just real remarkable at this particular point in time. And that's why I was discussing with my brother Sonetta earlier. I'm gonna keep it real for y'all. I'm gonna have a real conversation. Tell me if I can have a real conversation with y'all. This ain't gossip. This is not gossip. But I wanna have a real conversation with y'all. My brother Sonetta and I. Because we had a slight disagreement earlier. And I'm gonna tell you what the disagreement was about. The disagreement we were having was all about if I'm letting people off the hook, that's slandering and backbiting. Babe, we got any more kale juice? May I get some more, please? Pretty please. Can I get some more ASAP? All right, cool. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so we was talking to, I was building with the brother Sonetta, and he feels like Brother Polite has gone soft. Why you not going back at these mother effing haters? And I said, because it serves their purpose more than it serves mine. You know, I said, I got to be focused. I just had an interview when he first was telling me about something somebody was saying about Dr. Sebi's celebration costing money. And I'm like, man, Sa, you talking to me about a person. You talking to me about a person that actually is one of the biggest slanderers of Dr. Sebi while Dr. Sebi was alive. He said that Sebi plagiarized his works, that Sebi was a fraud, and now Sebi passes away and he wants to see to it that we let him die in peace. And like, come on, man. I'm not interested in that. So I want to argue with my brother Sonetta. He's like, bro, sometimes you can air that man out. But I said, my brother, with all the people that you have been airing out. They stay there and remain being aired out because the best thing that's happened to them was you responding to them and people finding out who you talking about. That's why if you notice me, I don't even be mentioning these people's names. I don't like to mention these people's names. I really don't. I be disgusted with myself when I mention these crazy people's names. I share my platform with these knuckleheads, and I don't want to misrepresent myself, my brand, and the people that support me by talking very rude and disrespectful and showing how obnoxious I can be. I don't want to do that no more. There's no need for it at all. King Keith, no, Aminette does not have sisters unless it's sister wives. And they belong to me. Now let me stop. I don't know why you take that out of context. Call me a misogynist and all sorts of craziness. I don't, and as far as somebody apologizing to me, I know you're not talking about the person who said that my baby died. I never heard no one say, I'm sorry for saying your baby died. If you got any videos and said, I'm sorry for saying you killed your baby, your wife left you because you killed your baby because you tried to deliver your baby and you was uncredentialed. If you see any apology for that, then I'll embrace that apology. Probably never still, but at least that'd be an apology. So I don't know what you people talking about when you say, man, the brother apologized. I don't know. Maybe you haven't, maybe you don't know what he was apologizing for because he didn't say what he's sorry for. But in my world, where somebody declares that you killed your baby and your baby is turning 3 this year, in my world, there's no coming from that. That's just absolutely insane. And then to speak like you have credible witnesses and firsthand accounts and the wife left him and because he killed the child. And yo, when you create all of that, how the hell do you say sorry? When you come back and you say sorry for something like that, you're actually telling everyone you made up the whole damn story. You see, there's some things you say sorry for because things didn't work out the way you planned. You can say sorry for things that don't work out the way you planned. There's other things you just cannot say sorry for because it's clear what the intention behind the act was. So it's all right. So don't worry about it, family. It's all right, family. Do your thing. It's totally all right. So y'all are very, very interesting. Y'all are some very interesting people. But yeah, you can't apologize for nothing weird like that. That's just very wrong. Very, very wrong. It's evil. You know, when you say like you actually know firsthand, I'm like, it's evil, man. My family is intact. We're very happy with each other. We all love each other. And you know what gets people the most angry with me? It's because I'm very honest the way I want to live my life. And I don't allow no one to tell me how I should live my life or the way I should portray myself. My goal is to show you that Black men and women can live in harmony with each other. And my goal is also to encourage Black men to be more honest in the way that they feel about Black women and to be very committed as fathers to their children. That's my goal. You know, and to encourage Black families to do business with each other, starting from their household, then on outward. That's the goal. Very simple things, very simple things. So yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Don't worry about it at all, family. So that, yeah, the apology thing is crazy. Yeah, that's right, brother. That's exactly what I'm talking about with this crazy apology. So people say, well, he apologized, brother. Would you allow somebody to go into public and tell the community that you killed your child because you was trying to do something conscious, and then your wife left you because you killed the child, and all the while your child is alive and y'all anticipating your baby girl's 3rd birthday, and then this child has siblings that is older than her that have to be impacted by the lie that the daughter is dead. Do you know how heavy that is on our heart for someone to publicly put out that I killed my baby? And then for the other Negroes to take it and say, I sacrificed my daughter in an Illuminati ritual, is more to the death than what this brother's saying. Because you see, the brother got into Hollywood, so that that death is about an Illuminati ritual. So this man starts off with the rumor that I killed my baby, and then you know how sick that is? Because I don't have a record of no death certificates or nothing of anyone dying, right? So let's think about that. Create an investigation around me to see if maybe there's a dead baby body hanging around somewhere in this world that is unaccounted for. Like, you hear how wicked this damn thing can get? Because I ain't got no record of no dead babies. So just think about how wicked that is. And what you're trying to bring around me, if you can create enough hype and rumor. And then someone else picks it up and says, well, you know, here it is. It's about Illuminati. I kicked him out the chat room actually just now. He did a video talking about my daughter died from an Illuminati ritual. And the only reason most of this chaos stopped was not because I tried to stop it, because I don't say nothing. That's what my man Sonetta be mad about. It's because someone found some of the baby pictures that I thought I took everything off the internet. And someone found my baby pictures online. So apparently either the baby was dead and we just kept playing baby doll and changing the clothes as the baby's getting older, or someone's lying. And again, you cannot say sorry for making up something like that. Grown man, you got children of your own. You made babies with people, whether you're with them today or not. This is just going too far. I don't hate nobody enough to insinuate nor assert that they had something to do with the loss of their child. And even if I did attempt to deliver a child that died, why can't I just be in peace and grieve? Why can't my family be in peace? Why you have to do that? Like, who does that? That's just evil. So you see, people ask, why did you move out the neighborhood? They said, why did you move out the neighborhood? I have to, because it's clear those type of people, I don't think they're gangster, but I do believe they would kill me, because seeing me every day successful would drive them nuts. A Breakfast Club interview drove a lot of people crazy. You know, I got about 12 people out here now talking about I copied all their information and did what, better than you with your own information? Aren't you the master of it since you created? Like, what you damn, you people are crazy. Y'all have been listening to me teach for years. You know very well I don't have to copy nobody's data. I can just talk. I'm very learned. I read a lot. I study a lot. I don't just put books in. So it can look like on the spot, you can ask me things and I talk. And I'm very diverse, whether it's solar numerology or some astrological account, whether it's about jurisprudence, doesn't matter. Common customs, math, science, history, religion. Y'all some silly rabbits. Silly rabbits. Tricks are for kids. So, you know, don't worry about it, family. So for the supporters out there that's a bit distraught about it, don't worry about it. So back to my brother Sonetta, he was pissed off. He's like, brother, you got to stop letting these Negroes get away with this crap that they doing. What do you think about Dr. York's son, Prince York? He bigs you up. It depends what day of the week he bigs me up. But I appreciate him. I appreciate anybody say anything positive. I appreciate anybody say anything about me. That's a fact. I mean, that baby thing went a little too far. A whole lot far, right? Outside of that, it's all media. So the people, I mean, when I see the Illuminati videos on myself, I'm like, damn, bro, I made it to the top. I thought I had another 2 years or so. But I can't even wear a black and white jacket without people spooking out. What's up with the jacket? Don't you see the Masonic checker symbolism? He doing that on mines with a jacket? How is the jacket destroying your brain, man? Illuminati information going around in the conscious community is starting to drive people crazy. They paranoid about checkered jackets. You know me, I'm the type, I'll mess around, put it on just to drive you crazy. That really is the type of person I am. I actually do some of the things that I know is going to drive some of these people crazy. They love that jacket, though. I'm about to bring it out to them and scare the hell out of some of them. I'm going to go, hey, look. There's another black and white jacket. You know what this means. You look at it long enough, there's gonna be a blood ritual taking place. Like, come on, man. I ain't got no time for that craziness. Not only am I from Brooklyn, we ain't got no business being part of no crazy ritual stuff like that. Y'all gotta stop with that craziness, man. Yo, POLIGHT, who's the artist on your app? That song is dope. Thanks a lot. That's my artist, King Tut. King Tut is an amazing artist. He's real fly. He puts in a great deal of work. Y'all gotta get down with this Kel Apple Ginger, man. Y'all messing around if you're not dealing with this. Anybody that keeps up with me, you know this is life. If it's not this, then it's gonna be coconut. Water straight out the coconut. If it's not that, at the very least, Martinelli's apple juice. I will go AWOL if I hear someone say anything less about that Martinelli's apple juice. In glass, though. You want it in glass. You want to make sure the glass doesn't have cadmium in the glass. If it has cadmium in it, then that's going to be a problem. You know what? Email Brother POLIGHT at Ginger. Email Brother POLIGHT45@gmail.com. This, man, this is the best apple juice on the market. Get it out the glass. They don't put cadmium in this glass. Martinelli's apple juice. If you're gonna go apple, this is the way to go. Don't get that high fructose corn syrup apple juice. What's that brand? That's not no apple juice, man. Most of that is fructose, man. It's disgusting. If you start drinking this out the glass and you drink that, you're gonna realize it's a disgrace to apple juice. You're ready to smack the hell out of somebody selling that out their fridge. But anyway, you're gonna have me turned up about this apple juice. Yeah, so we are loving it. Wow. Someone just wore a size 7 foot and a size 7 shoe. And I was just thinking, I don't got no more size 7 shoes here. And there goes this shining boot right there. So I just gave him the boot. So sorry. For a second, I thought I couldn't give you the boot. Kel Apple Ginger. That's it. Just Kel Apple Ginger. Don't put no sweetener, nothing in it, unless you put stevia. Stevia is a very good sweetener, better than agave, actually, to tell you the truth. The reason why I don't like to take too much syrup, maple syrup gravy, or agave, is because no one's talking to the plants. And I shouldn't say this because you're gonna say that I'm nuts. This is why I don't go into certain spaces. But hey, we at the end of the stream and some people may not make it towards it. And so let me just say this real quick and get out of it. It is kind of like a form of vampirism. Look, I mean, they're looking at me like, what is this about to say? Why are you looking at me like that? You know when I'm about to pull it out the hat. You can leave, you're gonna miss a jewel. But anyway, it's not that deep, but it's a form of vampirism to be drinking syrup. It's like drinking the blood of a tree. In the tradition of our ancestors, we communicated with the plants to see if we had permission to end that plant's sojourn so that we may benefit from it. Halal food, let's do it like this. The concept is let's kill this animal as soon as possible so the adrenaline, which is toxic or poisonous, blood of the animal, and then we wind up consuming it. So the concept around eating the kosher food or halal food is because they off the head of that animal as soon as they can, or they try to relieve that animal from being in shock to the best of their ability so the adrenaline doesn't create poison. Okay? And so, and this is not for everybody, and I don't expect everyone to take it along with it. This is just where I'm at. I'm uncomfortable consuming syrup because maple syrup, and I love maple syrup.
Oh.
I love maple syrup, like sexually. Now let me stop. Oh. Well, sexually I use maple syrup, but that's another situation. But it still has to be the spiritual maple when I'm putting it on someone's body. Let's just keep that all the way 100 here, okay? I will not desecrate the titties. Oh, somebody's coming in the house on me. At least I got that off before my baby came here. Hey, baby, just talking about math and science, history, that's all. But,
Yeah, right.
yeah, right. Come on, baby. Don't play me, baby girl. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
What are you just doing?
Upstairs.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
My baby got this accent that nobody got in the rest of the house from all those languages. Look at this girl. Look at this beautiful girl. I miss you so much. I miss you
Go
more.
outside?
Yeah, we could go outside. So you want to find me?
Yeah.
All right, give me like 5 minutes. Oh, look at the movie star. Where them shades came from?
That's my African shades.
Look at this movie star here. Hey, make sure you get some. We got more juice. Green juice. Mommy whipping it up. Get some more. Get some green juice before we go outside.
Okay.
Get your Gatorade on.
Could you put some juice for me?
Okay. Hey, Simon said, "Hey, Matt." Simon, like, forget the chat. I got immediate access.
Right?
Simon's always so funny. Teach on that plant communication.
That's that number 9 stuff.
My baby. So what I'm saying is they have to like strap the tree up and rape it of the syrup. It looks like a very, very violent process when it comes to them getting the syrup or the sap out of the trees. And if you've seen the process and you got some kind of soul, it'll turn you off from wanting syrup, man. It's like it's violent, man. So then I just don't even like it no more. And I mean, I love the taste of maple. I love it. Right? Because some things agave tastes better and some things maple taste better than like pancakes. I like agave, like in tea, right? But then I like on pancakes. That's a maple situation waiting to happen. But then you look at how the maple comes about and it looks so disrespectful. And then I think about Black people's history and how we get drained for our blood, for our resources. And I can't help but to connect with the tree. Maybe it's the afro that the tree has because nothing else on the planet looks like us other than that tree when it comes to our hair. And so I get uncomfortable. And that's just could be me. But maybe that's the trees communicating with Brother Polite. And you may say, hey, man, you tripping. You got to realize ideas that come to you are not really an origin that has its inception with your thinking. It's a sign of your connectivity with whatever it is that was the impetus for that kind of thought. So with that being said, I'm a bit overwhelmed at syrup being taken out of trees. Yes, this is true. When I see syrup, I think about form of bloodshed. And I know most of us think of chlorophyll, but the sap coming from that tree is just as blood-like than the chlorophyll itself. So do some research on it, y'all. If you do some research on it, you'll feel uncomfortable if you see how they get the maple out the trees, man. You'll get very uncomfortable. It'll feel like plant rape. It'll feel like forcing someone to give blood to people who don't necessarily need it, which is a very weird form of blood transfusion, right? Like, what if people's just sucking the blood out of you because of convenience? What if they were sucking the blood out of us just because they love the taste of blood, not because blood was needed to keep the race going? What if people just say, man, we're just taking blood out because maybe we like blood? But that's how I feel about syrup. So I started moving on to stevia. But at the same rate, I'm like, are any of these products created in the advent of someone communicating with the plants on a more holistic scale? And then I just get turned off. That's why I do my best not to overthink a lot of things, because then I'm gonna eventually find ways not to want anything. It's like I'm not gonna feel comfortable unless I'm growing everything that I consume. And that's why I just mostly stay with liquid. Most of my diet is liquid. You feel me? Because I get stressed out just thinking about the plants, because this plant world and connecting with the plant world and studying so much about the plant world, is making me more conscious about decisions that we make and how we influence ecology. And that is not much that I want to share with the community, because then, you know, I'm saying black power, they're gonna think I'm saying black flower, right? Or I'm gonna be like, kill yeah, right? And I can't really lead the revolutionary bunch of meat eaters on kill yeah. So I gotta keep these kind of thoughts to myself, because these people eat a lot of meat, tons of meat. And I don't want to throw them off, because if I start talking to them about my approach towards health and how I feel about plants, I probably think I'm spooked out. But I have the research and the experiences, that's empirical data, that is, that qualify my conclusions about plants. So that's what it is. Look at the comments, Polite. Laugh out loud. She looks like daddy. That's what's up. Okay. Said, nah, don't hold back. Drop them gems on health, B. See, I like those people who die hard. Like, man, just put it down. Who gives a heck? Polite ain't paying attention to us in the chat, cuz. I'm paying attention now.
So someone said, so it's not, you're saying it's not good to do plant diet?
Here it goes. I think we gotta pick. I think the plant diet is amazing, right? And then let me show you how tricky I be getting, right? And I only think like this to improve my own thinking. I don't think like this to bother nobody. But one of the main things people said about the meat is that animals were alive. You dig it? So I'm like, okay, the animals are alive. I certainly don't want to eat nothing that's alive. You know, I sit down here and I horrify my children with the KFC documentaries, right? Where they take the chicken and unnecessarily throw half this chicken in a drawer and just keep slamming it. And then cut it up and then sell it to you. Or they beat the hell out the chicken against the wall. And I'm like, is that the only way you can kill the food? That's it. I don't want to eat nothing like that. So I'm just completely turned off. For people to say, man, but I love chicken. I don't want to get rid of chicken. My goodness, chicken, chicken, chicken. When people behave like that about chicken, you know what I say? Come here, let me show you something. I got a video for you. This is kind of like the STD videos, right? Oh, I don't want to have no sex because I don't want to wind up like that. Well, I do the same thing for people when it comes to, I do the same thing when it comes to people, when it comes to chicken. I show them the abuse of the food before they eat it. And then I also show them chicken with 3 titties. Like, you know, well, what does a chicken do with 3 titties?
I have another question.
I'm coming right now real quick. Just remember that question. The question was, babe, the question was, is eating plants good or not good, right? So this is where Polite's brain goes. I just want to share how the wonderful world of Polite goes when I'm by myself meditating. And I say, well, you know what? I shouldn't not eat meat because the animals were alive. It's a start. But then what about live food? The plants are alive. So if the basis for not eating meat is because the animals were alive, then we shouldn't eat plants because they're alive too.
So should we be breatharians?
So then we start thinking about solar gazing, which, you know, when I went on that 6-month joint on solar gazing, I didn't have to eat food. You know that.
Right. And
I couldn't experience cold. You know that.
And we were in New York.
We were in New York during the winter.
Yeah.
And I was feeling immortal. And I'm looking at everything everyone ate. Like, just mere mortals. I'm God, right? But at the same rate, society demands that I have some of that which keeps us over anxious in me, so I can be part of the rebellious acts and the drive to fight and to be angry. Because when I was on my solar gazing, I was overwhelmed with happiness. I wouldn't even swipe at a fly. I would let a fly stay right on top of my shoulder and meditate along with
You
me.
need to do that again.
I can catch a fly with 2 wings.
All right. You see,
Like this.
it's time for the next question.
Now, on the real. So I had to start eating for a specific purpose, more so than the fact that something was once alive, because I'm like, man, everything we consume for the most part is alive or a byproduct of that which was alive. So now there's a new equation. So I say we should consume plants. I wish we were in a better situation where I can tell you, yo, on the real, we should be trying to remove ourselves from all of this consumption. Because I feel like if things were in the way that I would want them to be, I would remove myself from consuming all the flesh, even plant flesh. That's if it's up to me. But we live in a different scenario right now. Polite do BBQ. Come on, my nigga. Stop that. So you see, I read comments off and on, but yeah. So if it were up to me, I'd really be on another level, and that's why when I disappear from time to time, it's because I also want to engage in my spirituality. I don't want to lose myself in what I know I should be doing, but I have to participate in this crowd thing as well. And some of what I do, which I call the application of my spirituality, which has a great deal to do with what I consume and when it's consumed and in what quantity, and none of it is food, I become too much at peace and I cannot connect. Y'all mess around and see me in a space where y'all be like, man, this brother grew all his hair and he's just somewhere else. He don't give a damn. Not even realizing. Like, this is what I do to charge up, to enhance my mental capacity. And then I come back to the masses and make sure I can put on the clothes and kind of do some of the things that everybody does, so I don't lose my mind being so different from everybody that I have to be around. That go on with me. That's something you got to know. Eat your Kool-Aid, whatever that means.
Reality check. How long have you been vegan for?
How long have I been a vegan? I've been a vegan for about, I just turned 33 years old. I've been a vegan for about 13 years, almost 14. Been a vegan for almost 14 years. In fact, I've been a vegan for about 14 years and change, because I actually turned vegan a little before my birthday when I was 19. So yeah, about 14 years and change, 14 years and a couple weeks I was vegan. Damn you old. The hell with you, Chelsea. The hell with you. To hell with you, Chelsea.
The facts.
Yeah, what, any more questions? I'm about to get out of here. I need herbs for my kidney. Hit me up on Brother Polite. What's his name?
All right.
Solar gazing is real. We could do a class on solar gazing.
I can't see.
It cut out, don't worry.
Just say your
Yeah, I'm talking about responsible solar gazing.
It's all up there. The video's all.
Leave the drugs alone. Like, that's interesting. I don't do drugs at all. That's very interesting. I don't drink or smoke.
Your daughter is so cool.
Hello. Dad, ready?
What happened to the interview that I did with the white dude in Ohio? Oh, we still got it in the chamber. You know what happened? Facebook shut me down and said I did something wrong. One of my videos, not the 3 million one of my videos did 2 million plus. One of my videos did 2 million plus on Facebook. And I swear they punished me because of that. I swear. And they wouldn't give me a reason why they would not allow me to upload videos. So I said I didn't want to put up that video until I could upload videos again. I just found out I could upload it again today. They didn't suspend me as long as I thought they would have.
Okay.
I don't know what I did other than the obvious, teaching.
How soon are you available for consultation?
I'm available for consultation if you want the consultation today or tomorrow.
That's right.
You can go to stores.com and you can click the New Covenant link or services or whatever that is, whichever one, and then look for consultation. The in-person consultation has a price, and then the consultation on the phone has the price.
Larry, you still in Nwabian?
Polite, what about the meeting with Kevin Cohey of One United? Oh, the biggest black bank in America? Dope. Working out some things, we're figuring some things out. I don't want to speak prematurely. When we finish up, I'll definitely announce to everybody what the deal is, but I would suggest everybody get a One United bank account and let your brother know that you set it up. It's gonna be good. Like, as a community, that's one of the community initiatives. Providence needs to set up a bank with One United. We're actually gonna have a stream dedicated to that conversation. Hopefully we do it this week.
That's what I asked. What art do you recommend for focus?
Let's see. Yeah, I do have an app. The app I have is called Brother Polite. I'm coming to Philadelphia probably in September. Black News 102 is streaming now. Support Sa Nigga to get his van. Thank you for the. It seems that you people can't help yourself.
I want to say you slash Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly would be dope.
Your app is Bill.
Thanks for the love for the app, family. And if you don't got the app by now, please download the Brother Polite app. Trust me, it's going to come in handy. And for those people looking to come out to the birthday party August 25th on a rooftop in Beverly Hills at the Hilton, featuring Brother Polite and his celebrity friends, it's my party, where I want to connect the brothers and sisters that have been very supportive of me. I want to connect them with some of my celebrity friends and get them to network and see if I can bring them some kind of business. That's the gift I want to give to people for my birthday party. I had my birthday with my baby girls on the 10th. That's my birthday. The 25th is when I said I'll hang out with the adults and we could turn up. So we're gonna be out all night. You know, I'm gonna have the Benz Sprinter that's gonna be out there, gigantic, bathroom in the bus, killing them. You know, I'm pulling out the Rolls Royce that day and the day before that and the day before that. We going in. We won't be riding dirty though. No need to ride dirty, but we're gonna have a good time. Gonna have a good time. I'm rolling like the president that day, but I'm just turned all the way up. Oh yeah, those videos are gonna make people very, very, very angry. But these are the things that I gotta do when I'm around my people. Yeah, the app definitely needs to form. You're right. Is everything cool? I suppose so. One of the brothers who has a media platform, I think the twins, one of the twins, I think it was Red Pill, was discussing with me about talking with the brother and connecting. I think he's open for it. And I said, sure, why not? Us Leos gotta stick together. I don't have nothing against it, brother. We're gonna say things from time to time, it happens, but so long as we don't just take it too far and try to make it like for the rest of my life, I'm gonna wage war with you. Like, that'd be insane. I got a job to do, we got a job to do, several jobs, I got several jobs. And so I'm too preoccupied with my mission to really be in a space where I'm very angry with somebody. So that happens. I definitely play NBA Live. I used to like NBA Live way more than 2K, but they let me down. I hope NBA Live comes back as a brand because I memories when I was young. Now 2K kind of got us. Yeah, so I think 2K is more popping right now. But I would like to see NBA Live step it back up. Keep the competition honest. To keep the competition honest, we're going to benefit as a people. When I'm coming to the Bay Area, very good question. What do I think about that Prince? I don't be thinking about him much till y'all bring him up. I hope he do the right thing. That's all I care about. Like, I hope everybody else tries to do the right thing. I talked about solar gazing another day. You get the Black Land DVD from 2012stores.com. It's a very powerful documentary on ancient Egypt. Definitely need to get that. And make sure you come out to that event. You know, we're going to switch over and see what the brother Sarnetta are doing. You said he got a stream on right now. Is that real? Yeah, let's get in. Looking forward to you, brothers and sisters, staying in touch. You know, this phone is always lit. And hit me up. For the brother talking about the apps, hit me up at Brother Polite on Facebook. Do that. Do that for me. Have I been to the motherland, Africa? Brother, you better start looking at these videos on this channel and stop playing around. Of course I've been to Africa, man. Several times. Last time I went out there, I was out there in there 2 weeks. That's right, Brooklyn makes the best of the best. You know that. Especially that roti. My goodness. I know my daughter. I knew my daughter was gonna get excited, man. She hear the word roti and she lose her mind, man. Man, don't play games. She loves roti. And you like the chana, the doubles.
Yep.
Woo, woo. Dang. At least, man. That's Satan, man. That's why I moved out of Brooklyn, man. They gonna make me eat that. That roti skin is not even healthy, but shit. Shoot, pardon me, baby. Man, gotta do that. If you're in New York, you could go to Fulton and Nostrand. We got a food emporium on the corner of Fulton and Nostrand, Brooklyn, New York. Yep. Tell them that you watched the stream with Brother Polite and he said you do 10% off. They'll show you love. I'll make sure I make the call today. Yeah, definitely some whole shoot that he did. We know that. What do you mean if I can speak that? Come on, stop playing around, man. You gotta come with something better than that, family. Of course I speak that. Are you kidding me? What you want me to say in that so I could translate it for you? What you want me to say? Come on, stop that. Ask me anything you want me to say in that, and I'll translate it for you. That's how you find out if I could do it. Let's get it. I'm looking for it. Well, I try to buy a sports team one day, only if it's necessary. Employ sovereignty the way that I see fit. That's my opinion. I want to buy a whole island. That's my goal. Yeah, I would like a backdrop for my live shows. That'd be nice. Can you inbox me at Brother Polite at Facebook.com? That'd be real nice. Black Woman is God, you already know. Author 90+ books, that's correct. Yes, Zeke Ezekiel, just hit me on Facebook, inbox me at Brother Polite on Facebook.com. It'll be good money. Okay, family, so I'm closing out. So hard to say goodbye. Sovereignty, but you in Beverly Hills. Okay, would I be better if I was in Brooklyn? Pushing sovereignty? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why Beverly Hills disturbs people so much. I'm still black. I haven't lost my complexion since I moved out here. In fact, I got darker. In fact, with all the crazy stuff people say, Beverly Hills is more equatorial than all the cold places you brothers and sisters are living in that's making you sick.
Facts.
All this stay away from Cali fornication. I hear you, right? But at the end of the day, we get sun the whole year around. I mean, that's where I belong. I want to go wherever the sun is there all year round. If I'm in America, then I'm definitely over here.
Okay.
Because the weather patterns are pretty consistent. I don't know the last time we seen rain. My man was here from Toronto, and he said he ain't see rain. We did travel a couple times, but he said, no, 5 months he's been here with me, he hasn't seen rain yet. My brother Tadu. What are you gonna do? That's right. Let him know, baby.
Bye, family.
That's nice. Give them a hotep. Give them a hotep movie star. Hotep.
Hotel.
Wait, right back. Wait, right there.
That's right, a movie star. You got it. Who's that, boo?
Maya?
Oh, okay. Was she coming up?
No. Or Maya?
Where you going?
We're going to Whole Foods.
Ooh, can I go?
Why it seem like a
No, you're
secret?
going with Daddy.
Yay.
You going with the
No.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need to be around.
I'm trying to hang out with Daddy. With Daddy.
You know who I
The
am,
world.
baby.
She
I'm
know who you are.
I'm surprised you
We
even.
know who you are.
I'm surprised you even asked her to roll with her.
What?
The opportunity to be around
Her
Daddy.
mom do.
Man, that's why she want to roll with Daddy, right? You rolling with Daddy, you rocking with the best. You know that. You know that.
I look crazy.
You know that. What herbs you recommend for focus? The cubensis is a very
Told
good
you
herb.
about that.
Very good herb.
What you doing, babe?
Oh,
Alright,
hold
I'll
on.
just call you later.
There goes that very disrespectful brother. Return of the brother says, whip your titties out. Even though,
Kick his ass.
you see that, people? You see how disgusting these people are? And he has a channel where he shows his face. You see what that is? And he's so sick, he has 2 different types of return of the brothers.
He's probably hot.
Sad, very disrespectful with children on the screen. Yes, my daughter can read, it's true. Happens. Oh, you can get Are You Worshiping the Son of God if you want to look into solar gazing. Or you could just wait until we do the next presentation. I'll make sure we put some information out. Very sick people, man. But yeah, so I thank you guys for everything. Can't tell you thank you enough. And make sure you inbox me at Brother Polite, Facebook.com.
I'm coming down.
Let's work to do something very powerful together. Send me your music, do all of that. I'm supporting. I'm so here, I'm so with you.
Right.
Yes, baby.
Hey, I'm
Okay. You know what?
Yes, I'm saying, are you leaving? Or you want me to get to the ad, or I don't know.
Hold on, I'm talking to you. Yeah, give it to Matt.
Okay. So
All
come
right.
follow me downstairs.
Huh?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I already voted.
Thank y'all very much. Polite hate the Most High. What are you talking about? Most High what?
That's how you get stuck.
They say things that's not. Yeah, I'm going to get a moderator next time to just sit here and just go on patrol. So we could just do our thing. Because these people, they make sure they show up. I'm like,
They always show up.
damn.
I was watching when you
Dude,
was
go on your channel and make your videos about me.
babe, you were getting into a nice bill with Malik Zulu Shabazz, and those guys were acting crazy.
Mm-hmm. But people recognize them for who they are.
Yeah.
So again, thank you all for your time, your energy. It's been a pleasure serving you all.
Peace
Hope-
again.
That's right. Peace again. I hope that you enjoyed this day. I did. I'm glad you came out. We appreciate it. Malik was a blessing being here. And I like y'all to know, man, that I'm the guy that you're going to see other teachers around quite often. Because I support the concept of unity. And I did my debate with the brother, attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, and you see the camaraderie amongst both of us. It's a very good brother. And I ask advice because I understand he's been in positions that I'm entering and that I may even be going to another level with. But it takes mentorship. So mentors can be mentored as well. So there's things that I go to him for. He came here today to get more acclimated with how to establish himself as a brand as far as what he's doing business-wise, different things, separate from the revolution but also leveraging the success from that to contribute to its revolutionary causes and means. And I love being the go-to guy to help people with branding. So I make myself accessible to members in the community. When they say, man, I want to talk to you to see if I could come at you based on that brand specialist disposition you have. You've done pretty good with what you do. And can I come check you out? I'm like, man, let's get it. The attorney, let's get it. It's good to have an attorney in your back pocket. You never know. He's a good guy, man. He has an incredible organization, Black Lawyers for Justice. I support Malik because he's not a bum. I support Malik because that's just not predicated upon how much money he has. That's his mentality. He's not trying to get off on somebody. He's willing to work with you and create a great situation. Thank you. So with that said, we say Luvu, which means perpetual success in our language, Ndu Asusu, which means living language. Peace out, family. I love you all.